atop a throne of skulls.
Welcome, guys. Today we have a, well, I wouldn't, yeah, it's a King of the Hill. We're going to be doing a 4th of July King of the Hill. I had no plans for the day. Lady Turin is actually in Poland visiting her family, so I'm just here with my hideous dogs back here, who you guys will be seeing over the course of the stream. And yeah, we're just going to be hanging out and doing some King of the Hill, some quick battles, all that kind of fun stuff. It will probably be about a 2-hour stream, give or take. And yeah, we'll go from there. It's going to be good. Thank you guys so much for joining today. It is truly a pleasure. And let us see if the first players are ready, and it looks like we are. So of course, in King of the Hill format. So for anyone who doesn't know the format, it's very simple. Essentially, you start off with 2 players, and then the player who wins stays. And then there's challengers who keep kind of trying to beat them. And at the end of the stream, whoever does have the most wins the stream. It's a fun format. It's relatively casual. You get to see some strange builds because again, there's not like massive prizes on the line, things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's have some fun, guys. All right, first King of the Hill. It's going to be a showdown between Avemove Hacker and his Dwarves facing off against King of the Dead and his Vampire Coast. We're going to be on Pillar of Bone. Start when ready. Yeah, Wookiee's here. I'll get him over the course of the stream. Yeah. Yes, Paul. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's just me and the beasts here right now. Game 1, Pillar of Bone. It's going to be Dwarves and Vampire Coast. A hard matchup for the Coast, but King of the Dead, he wanted this. They gentlemen's this one, so of course they agreed on the picks. But normally how it works in King of the Hill, so the individual who wins, like I said, stays. And at that point they get to, well, they don't get to, but they get to do a pick in a ban, I believe, or maybe they just have to stay their faction and their opponent counterpicks them. I can't remember how we did it last time. I'll have to ask the guys. It's kind of like round robin. It's basically, yeah, it's King of the Hill. It's the winner stays and holds the hill for as long as they can until they're defeated. And their record, of course, they then become the current leader and things like that. So we're going to be going for about 2 hours. We're 5 minutes into the stream. So for those of you guys just arriving now, it is time. Perhaps a gunnery duel, but I think we might see a blitz from King. He typically, if he tries to use bombers in this matchup, I'm just going to be taken aback. Like he is the king of using those things. Even though like everybody else I think thinks they're terrible, but he makes them work, I suppose. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you get to see a lot of like random stuff. No, Wookiee hasn't eaten me yet. He's good. He is the Mav Savagery with no teeth. Yeah, Robert, there will probably be some Skaven today, I would imagine. It's real gamer hours here, yeah. Yeah, probably not too many Americans watching today, I would imagine. Maybe a couple. But, yeah. I mean, I could have drove like an hour to my uncle's house and gone. Maybe I'll do that later. We'll see. Wicked D, what's up, man? Here just in time to smite the Slanesh bots as they arrive to the stream. And Cohen checking in from the Netherlands. Right on, man. Indie Pride is more than welcome to play. Anyway, I mean, if he wants to, you just got to message me on the Discord and we can get you in. So, all right. Making sure I'm not missing anyone here as the players do load in. Greenskins would be fun. Since this is the 4th of July, all factions have to use some kind of gun. Well, let's see. What do we have? Yeah, we have 2 gun factions right now, which is a pretty ample way. But, I mean, if we truly wanted like a 4th of July build, it would have to be Empire handgunners with Hellstorm rocket batteries, like shooting fireworks. But I'm sure somebody over the course of the stream will try that. Cool. Perfect European timing, yeah. What time is it over there? Like, yeah, I think in the UK it's like 9 o'clock. Central and Eastern Europe it's like 10, 11, give or take. All right, guys. It is time. Dwarves going in with a lot of bows, which again is always very, very good. Oh, this is pretty American though. Just this giant haggard cannon, the Queen Bess. So, King of the Dead going in with Count Noctilus plus Queen Bessie plus a Gunnery White in the back to give the extra ammunition. And let's see what else he has in the Gunnery White. It looks like he's juking me out. It looks like he has extra powder and of course taking the defensive position. No need to engage there. So yeah, he's going to be able to give extra ammunition to not only Count Noctilus, Queen Bess, and this cannon. So pretty good value there from the Gunnery White. He does also have 2 Scurvy Dogs, which are going to be hunting down the Dwarven missile units and artillery pieces. I'm already loving this build from King of the Dead. Coming out like a true patriot here in the beginning. 2 groups of Depth Guard here in the back. And Depth Guard aren't bad in the Dwarf matchup. Typically, Dwarves aren't going to bring a ton of AP in the front line. You're not going to see like great weapons and stuff. So these guys can kind of slip it in because there's not a lot of AP against their 90 armor. So pretty cool stuff right there. In the front line, it's going to be Zombos, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the elite stuff is Queen Bess, the, a bloated corpse. King of the Dead coming out with the corpse man. This is going to be fun. I guess this could be, I'm not even going to go there. Yeah, he's got the bloated corpse. That's great. And for the Dwarves, it looks like for the Dwarven line, we have Ulthar's Raiders, which are pretty good against crab builds. He does also have some Iron Drakes in the back. Yeah, Iron Drakes, Rangers. But yeah, this is really kind of the main, like, fun stuff in his army. He's got a bunch of Bugman's Rangers. So range far, range fast. These guys are going to be incredibly good against Vampire Coast if they can close the distance. His firepower is a lot. And Vampire Coast, I mean, does have Queen Bess and some Scurvy Dogs, but Bugman's Rangers aren't slouches. So it's going to be a little bit interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, they can beat the Scurvy Dogs 1-to-1. So Vampire Coast is really going to have their work cut out for him taking out this many missile units. I mean, that's always been the hard thing for Vampire Coast, is dealing with, like, bow factions who have really good cost-effective bow units, right? So yeah, it's going to be it for the Dwarf Force. Somewhat simple in the front line. It's going to be a couple groups of Dwarf Warriors. And for the leadership, we do have a Lord, just a standard proud Dawi Lord, going to be leading the charge. Well, you know, no Hellstorm rocket battery this game, but alas, guys, we have a bloated corpse. We have Queen Bess facing off against the might of the Dawi Legion. Start anytime. No need to wait now. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know, what could be more American than the bloated corpse? Oh my god. Yeah, Florida and East Coast, United States, about 3 hours later. My dad actually lives in New York City, so I'm pretty familiar with that time difference. All right, so Queen Bessie's going to be opening up here rather quickly. The Gunnery White's going to be super useful here. He needs to create a buffer between these Rangers and his back line here, because those Rangers are going to be able to just tear apart his goodies if they're able to get close enough. So Queen Bess's first shot, she can't really see anything of great value. I mean, I guess maybe shooting the Slayers would be a good idea. This one's going to be going after Dwarf Warriors and missing horribly. A little bit of collateral actually from that. Wow, the explosion radius on Queen Bess is quite substantial. I mean, that looked like a huge miss, yet it still did some decent damage if you look close. Cannon's also shooting into a couple of groups of those Dwarf Warriors there. And you can see the cannon, Queen Bessie, is going to be singing through the skies, dropping some hot thunder here. Now, it can't see those guys. Is it going after the Slayers? It clips the edge of those Dwarf Warriors. So far it's gotten a couple kills. Yeah, it's gotten about 8 plus 5 there. So we got 13 kills on that bad boy. But again, Bessie's going to keep shooting, and it looks like the Gunnery White is going to be popping the enhanced ballistics back there. Actually, it looks like it just wore off, which does help with the accuracy. But Queen Bess is something you can kind of dodge. And does he see the Raiders? Okay, so now King of the Dead does have line of sight of a lot of the stuff because of the Scurvy Dogs. So now he's going to be able to mortar some of these other targets. And the Hounds are hungry. they're going in for the kill. They're going to be trying to intercept these Rangers, which they'll do good damage to. Rangers only have 20 melee defense, so that's actually a pretty good engagement for the dogs. Although King of the Dead, very, very good micro with the Hounds, is able to kind of avoid that. So Queen Bess still dropping some hot fire. Here she comes into this Dwarven formation. Now, this is a matchup that I think historically very heavily favors the Dwarves. Slayer's getting tagged right there. Taking a little bit of work, but alas, Slayers are quite durable. Their Mohawks give them protection from fire. It doesn't actually work that way, but you guys get the picture. Scurvy Dog's going to be sweeping up and around looking for some of the goodies. My apologies for the lag. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a move. I think it was him last time, too. Scurvy Dogs, I mean, yeah, they could collapse on the Bugman's Rangers, but man, the melee defense on Bugman's Rangers is quite insane. It's 38. Scurvy Dogs have pretty low melee attack at 26. Oh, Queen Bessie getting a huge shot into those Bugman's Rangers. Beautiful stuff right there. Noctilus dropping some hot fire as well. It's really going to come down to the Scurvy Dog play. Is King of the Dead going to be able to get those Hounds and feast on the Rangers? Althar's Raiders would go down to the Hounds probably, and the other ones as well. So my apologies there, guys. My phone is ringing. Good thing I have it on the vibrate mode. God damn it. Just getting all these calls. I just like dropped the keys out of my pocket and it scared Wookie. Oh, poor little guy. I'm sorry, Poochie. Alright guys, cannons are still dropping some hot fire in the back. You can see the Scurvy Dogs looking for an opportunity to get in. And King of the Dead with that just ace micro with the Hounds here is able to get onto these Rangers. Might be able to break them actually. I mean, Dwarves have really good leadership, but again, 20 melee defense is not going to be much to hold up against the Scurvy Dogs. So the Rangers here are going to get collapsed on, and good night to them, but at what cost? So if these Scurvy Dogs do get kind of trapped up here and, sacrificed, no, but it looks like King of the Dead is able to get away with that, and he pulls back and breaks one group of Rangers. So far so good for the Vampire Coast, but this is where things start to get really ugly because the Rangers are all in range now. So probably scooting out these deckhand mobs and just starting to chase them is going to be super efficient. I mean, the frontline fight won't be too bad for him. The Bloated Corpse, we'll keep an eye on that, but you can see here the Dwarf Lord is actually running back here, but where is this Bloated Corpse going? It looks like King of the Dead is going to kind of hide it in the trees and be a little bit conservative with that, so my apologies for that drop there. Yeah, the Hounds need to get busy for sure, but Bugman's Rangers are hard targets. I think just killing the Althar's Raiders and some of these other like Ranger units that are a little bit more buttered up. Oh, and the Dwarves unleashing a torrent of fire into the front line, into the Tide of Skjold, although it doesn't do as much damage as you really think it would. Dogs trying to get in here, but Slayers, of course, are very quick to defend it. Noctilus is going to be dropping that Wraithstorm, and it looks like one of the Carronades is going to be taken out. So King of the Dead, a little bit overextended with that Carronade, probably should have been a little bit further back, but nonetheless, the Dogs are trying to get in, but yeah, the Slayers are defending very well. Some Scurvy Dogs do jump on top of the Bugman's Rangers right here. And we have a pretty close fight on our hands for sure. I think the Dwarves still, I mean, just this amount of Bugman's Rangers is going to be so punishing. Depth Guard need to perform pretty well, although, man, how did these Depth Guard take so much damage here? That is insane. What damaged these guys? Must have been some Rangers, or maybe it was these Rangers with great weapons or something? Because, I mean, nothing on the Dwarf roster should be able to really hurt these Depth Guard that much. And if Noctilus is able to keep both of those Depth Guard alive and keep shooting, I mean, that's going to be incredibly strong. So Scurvy Dogs in the back still trying to get into that cookie jar. Some of the Depth Guard are going to be fighting here. They do have the hunger, so as they fight, they do heal themselves. And Queen Bessie's still shooting pretty good. She is able to break two groups of Rangers, one of which is the Althar's Raiders here, so nice little pick. And the Bloated Corpse is, yeah, I think he just kind of randomly blew up in the back, unfortunately. I think something got him. Yeah, I think you guys probably heard it as well, because I'm playing with the sound off right now. I don't have my headphones on, so yeah, I must have missed it. Damn, Bloated Corpse. Poor thing. Over here we have a couple deckhand mobs, which are going to be decent against Bugman's Rangers, just in terms of sheer volume. In the back, though, King of the Dead with that beautiful Scurvy Dog micro. You know, I heard a rumor, actually, about King of the Dead. Somebody was telling me that he doesn't play with control groups, so he just literally, like, manually controls every single unit in his army, which is pretty incredible. Like, that is... I don't know if that's actually true, but if it is, perhaps he can confirm it. But on the other side, these Depth Guard are still going. They're weak binding. They were able to stabilize, and since we last looked, they've actually healed up quite a bit. Vampire Coast here, still going strong. Count Noctilus just going to be dropping his peg leg. And Queen Bessie is, oh my god, she's just going ham. Now, there are some missile units, these Bugman's Rangers, who are going to be shooting old Queen Bessie, but I think Noctilus is going to get his peg leg out and deal with them. Looks like he's going to be dropping a summon right there to deal with those guys. Oh, and he is actually dropping a gunnery mob summon, which is going to be really strong. You can see as they emerge, they're going to be dropping a torrent of pistol fire into these guys. And yeah, these dwarves, they have their shields, but when they're running with their backs turned to something, the shields aren't going to help them. So very, very good stuff there. And they're probably going to be breaking. These Depth Guards still just going to Pound Town. Man, in the back, they got 67 kills against dwarves, and the Iron Drakes are suddenly compromised. So King of the Dead with really good backline harass. Honestly, I thought his build was in a lot of trouble, but he's had really good control and target priority this entire game. And Noctilus, of course, with the Bugman's Rangers coming in on the flank, is going to be summoning some deckhand mobs. And also the Gunnery Wight, he's no slouch in melee. He does have 400 weapon strength and decent combat stats to boot. So if he gets in there, he should be able to save Bessie. And yeah, he doesn't want to lose Bess here. This would be really bad. So the Queen Bess crew, I think, needs to detach and run over to Noctilus. That's good, because Queen Bess, like, is very, very valuable at this point. Over here we do have the Depth Guard who are continuing to chase down the Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes are shaken and beaten up for the most part, and still these Depth Guard are still going in over here, guys. We have 42 kills on these guys. The hunger has been keeping them alive. And are they going to be able to fend off these Bugman's Rangers in the back? The Scurvy Dog play has just been masterful here for King of the Dead. You can see on the far side he does have some Scurvy Dogs as well who could swoop in and go after these Bugman's Rangers. Certainly wouldn't be a bad choice because the Bugman's Rangers are now opening up shop here on Queen Bess and Company. The thing about this Vampire Coast army too is there are quite a few summons that are kind of holding things together. Granted, the Bounce Power is going heavily in the favor of the Vampire Coast right now. And you can see those Iron Drakes just doing about 400 or 500 damage here to the Depth Guard. Pretty good stuff, and it does of course have the Discourage ability. Yeah, I guess Vampires wouldn't like being set on fire, right? That would kind of like freak them out. So I guess that actually makes sense, right? So Depth Guard are going to be fighting here against Slayers, which is a great matchup for them. They do get an Invocation of Nehek, which is going to be quite good. King definitely needs to shut down these Iron Drakes, though. They're going to be pretty good at toasting a lot of his remaining troops here, but the fact that these Depth Guard have been fighting this entire time is just such a value train. Now back in the main fight, Queen Bess is still going. Enhanced Ballistics going down from the Gunnery White, which is going to be helping quite a bit. 60% accuracy plus reload skill. Going to be dropping some fire here on the Dragonback Slayers, which are going to be a pain in the ass. And it looks like the Dwarf... I mean, am I getting this backwards? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Vampire Coast is ahead in the Bounce Power right now. I mean, Queen Bessie is alive. There are some Bugman's Rangers here, but the Scurvy Dogs coming back in are going to be huge. They're probably going to be able to feast on these Rangers, especially if they get attacked from the back here. Yeah, it looks like they're going to turn and fight. I mean, the Bugman's Rangers might be able to hold this. The thing about them is they have very low armor, so the dogs are going to be able to kind of chew in their armor a little bit, but nonetheless, yeah, it's still good. Queen Bess dropping a huge cleaving shot right here onto the Dwarves. You can see the Dwarves taking a huge bomb right in the middle there, which is going to be separating their formation. And in the back, the Bugman's Rangers doing so good. The fact that the Depth Guard are still alive is really bad for the Dwarves too. I mean, those Depth Guard have just been doing so much work. They're a unit that you have to be really target priority in the early game, because had he been able to kill the Depth Guard, for example, they wouldn't have... The Dwarf Infantry would have just ran shot, but the Depth Guard were able to kind of hold back the Dawi Infantry. And in the back, like we talked about in the early game, Bugman's Rangers are really good against Hound Micro or Hound Pressure, because they actually can beat these Scurvy Dogs. So right here, the Gunnery White's going to be coming down with his pistol. Noctiluss is in pretty good shape. Depth Guard are going to be re-engaging here, but they're also very, very beat up at this point. Captain Pegleg, man, Queen Bessie's still going. That extra powder generating so much value, but where is it going to shoot? I'm a little bit concerned for Vampire Ghost, because dealing with the Dragonback Slayers is going to be very tough. How many Slayers do they have left? It looks like they have a fair amount, not too many. It's only 24. Flamethrowers are going to be coming down here, and it looks like an Invocation of Nehek is going to be used to heal these guys up, and the Depth Guard are going to be surging forward. This is really big here. They're crumbling, though. 776 HP. Going to be jumping on these Iron Drakes. Yeah, killing those Iron Drakes is pretty big. Those guys need to go down for sure. Depth Guard are going to be intercepted by 2 Lone Slayers, which they'll have no problem taking out. Up here on the high ground, Noxel is still shooting, and he's in good health too. He has a lot of ammunition. Oh, and Queen Bess getting a devastating shot over there on the Bugman's Rangers. Look at that. Man, brutal stuff. And the Gunnery White actually in melee combat with the Bugman's Rangers, he could probably win this. I mean, he is a heroic unit. Still has good combat stats. Like I said, 34, 38, 400. And, oh, Queen Bessie with a little bit of collateral damage there. Going to be popping those guys, and that's going to be army losses for the Dwarves, guys. And King of the Dead with a very, you know, the true patriotic canon here is going to be taking game 1, as King of the Dead is going to be seizing his initial lead. So next up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the lobby. So well played to those fine gentlemen. It was a good dwarf build. It was good. I mean, but King's Hound Micro was really good. Hey, the Bloated Corpse actually got 33 kills, so I did not see that. I must have blown up on some warriors. I was like trying to watch it, but I didn't want to waste too much time watching it and neglecting other things in the battle. So King's build, pretty good stuff there. And next up, let's go ahead and update the scoreboard. And yes, so next we have Dimmy G. Dimmy G, you're up. Let's get you in the game, my friend. And let's update the scoreboard as well. So we'll put KOTD. King of the Dead is up 1-0 right now in this game. Great. Stand by. Okay, he's already good. Now for the next map, what do we want to pick? We'll pick Will Smith. That is the great Dimmy G. And we're going to pick a bit of a Stallion Tomb is kind of a weird map if memory serves. No, a Stallion Tomb is pretty good. We'll do that. So, King picks and bans. Gotcha. He's letting me know it's him. Turin, what better way to start 4th of July with the biggest bang in the game? I know. Tell me about it. Yeah, Robert King says that the Death Guard were probably the Bloated Corpse is probably the reason why the Death Guard were so low. That is really funny. You pick with one ban. So he's going to pick Tomb Kings, and we're going to see what his opponent, Will Smith, a.k.a. Dimmy G, comes in, and he bans Beastmen. Interesting, banning Beastmen. I feel like Tomb Kings have a good matchup against Beastmen. And it looks like Dimmy is going to be going with the Norskins. Start when ready. It's going to be a fun matchup, guys. Yes. Hold on one second. I can get you guys a Discord link. As a matter of fact, Wicked, let me just take care of that in... One second. Just updating something on the back end, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Thank you guys so much for joining today. It's going to be a 2-hour stream, King of the Hill. We're going to see how things go. We can go from there. I think you're here somewhere. Oh, I see you as offline, Wicked, on Discord. If you could actually make yourself visible, I can make sure that you can give invites and stuff like that. Warwick Sales says, hey, Turin, longtime fan. Do you perhaps cast community replays? I do. If you go to the community section of my YouTube channel, or about section, I should say, you can find my email there, and you just send it to me there. Yes. Oh, well, Tomb Kings have giant bows. I mean, it's close enough. It's a giant ranged weapon. I mean, it'll have to do for now. It'll have to do. Yeah, Croak, true. Croak's about that life. Yeah, he could do some work as well. It's a good matchup. Tomb Kings and Norsca, I've always felt is a pretty even one, in my humble opinion. I mean, you know, Tomb Kings have pretty good answers against big monsters. I mean, they have the Necrosphinx, they have Ushapti Great Bows to bring down big targets. Infantry fight's a little bit hard for them, but again, they have chariots, they have, you know, they have Arkin with his summons. There's a lot of ways they can play it. And Tomb Guard, honestly, are pretty good against a lot of Norscan infantry. They can hold their own. Those bad boys have some pretty good stats. Raw Cauliflower, I did see that, yes. Bear Wake says, made my fourth seeing this pop up in notifications. Get out the grill and see some awesome matches. Hell yeah, man. You know, I was going to do something pretty funny for the stream, and it looks like Will Smith, a.k.a. Dimmy G, is ready. I was actually going to do something where I was going to play a quick battle stream, but I ended up deciding I wanted to rest my hands a little bit. I might play a game or two here. I was going to do a quick battle stream, and every game I lost, I was going to eat a full hot dog. And I was going to play like 10 games. So I was going to see, maybe next year we'll do that. Because by then I'll probably hopefully have had my hands fixed and everything. So I'll be able to do quick battles a little bit easier. I don't really know. But yeah, that'll be something for the future. I think that'd be a really good idea. Just eating like a huge freedom dog. Yeah, it'd be quite a bit of fun. A story of sand and ice. Yeah, I suppose that's a very accurate analogy here. King of the Dead is ready, and it is go time on the Astalian Tomb. Game 2 of our King of the Hill stream. Welcome, guys. It's good to see you all. Yeah, happy 4th to everyone. From all around the world. We can all celebrate it together. It's going to be fun. Oh, that's some good water. I'm sure Falcon will arrive. I don't think he was online when we started the stream. We need the hot dog stream? Garland. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things like that on Facebook. Yeah, they're okay, Udall. Yeah. Not great, not terrible. Give me those bionic hands. Give me those. I'll take those so hard. All right, 1 second. All right. 1 second, guys. All right, Wicked. It should be fixed now. Let me know if that takes care of it. If you're able to do all the goodies you need to do. And 1 second here. All right, guys, we're here in the game. It's going to be King of the Dead defending his strap. He's currently the leader in this King of the Hill. And it's going to be King of the Dead using his best faction, the Tomb Kings. And in King of the Hill, players can use the same faction again and again. You don't have to switch if you don't want to. So if you're really good at a particular faction, you could just sit on it and play on it. So Front line's going to be Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard, honestly, like I said, good combat stats. 32, 41, 42. They're able to actually fight against most Norscan infantry. Marauder champions do give him some trouble because of the armor, but still, I like the Tomb Guard pick. He's got 2 groups of skeleton archers for harass and backline pressure. And honestly, you know, the bow fire against Marauder berserkers and things like that isn't going to be bad. On top of that, we have a couple spears on the flanks, 2 groups of chariots. So we have skeleton chariots. These guys are also a very good choice against the Norscan infantry. Going to be able to penetrate past the berserkers and into the marauders in the back. So I love the chariot pick here for King. 2 groups of Nehakara horsemen, a solid pick as well. And for the big boys, he's got the big old Sphinx ROR. And this guy is quite powerful for sure. It's going to be a little bit vulnerable to some of this missile fire, but he's a beast of a duelist, and it's certainly going to give Wulfric a run for his money. We have Settra the Imperishable here, going to be potentially perishing. We'll find out in this match. And yeah, it's going to be good. No, there's no Doom Rockets in the tournament. Oh my god, that'd be so broken in multiplayer. For the Norskins in the back, we have the Miststalkers and Deep Vanguard, plus the Skinwolf Werkin, and a front line of Berserkers, Javelins. We got a big old Mammoth, plus a Fimir Baleffiend. Now, my real concern for this Norscan army is the chariots are just going to run straight through the front line, and there's no mass to stop it. That's where you need the Fimir and Skinwolves to pin down those chariots, but in this case, King is just going to be going swiggity-swooty all over this Norscan booty, potentially. Yeah, there was an earthquake today. Yeah, in California. I slept through it, actually. I was just like, I didn't notice it. Chariots, like I said, there's no high mass to stop these guys. They're just going to be coming for that Norscan booty right now, and you can see the initial shock damage is going to be devastating. I mean, they might take a little bit of damage themselves, and right here, these chariots are actually getting crumped pretty bad from the Javelin. Oh my god, that Javelin focus fire from the Norscan's brutal! That one chariot gets just 100 to 0'd right there. Now in the back, the Skinwolf Werkin's coming in. I'm not sure about why he was vanguarded. And the Miststalkers are going to be coming in as well, but they should have just been with the main army. I mean, maybe he was looking to ambush some Ushabti Great Bows, but still hard to say. So these other chariots in the back have survived. One group of the Norscan chariots pretty much just brought to its knees here, and the Tomb Guard are holding relatively well, but again, they're relatively surrounded as well. So we have a big monster fight. Wulfric is going to be fighting against Settra. The Blessed Blade of Petra going to be getting popped. The Jaff's Incantation. And you can see Wulfric is just getting pounded to dust. He is just getting the business so bad right now. Fight or Die has been popped. I mean, he's done no damage back. I mean, Settra, with all those buffs, is going to be so much stronger than him. The Skinwolf Werkin needs to come save Wulfric because this Mammoth is having a horrible, wretched time in this fight. Now, if we take a look at the battle overall, it looks like it's pretty good for the Tomb Kings. The backline of the Norskins is just in shambles, relatively speaking. The Skeleton Horseman Chariots are doing a little bit of kiting, and the Miststalkers are also another tool which should be, helping Wulfric out. But it looks like they're just kind of clubbing on some of these low-tier spear infantry. Like, they don't want to be fighting King to catch a Scorpion Legion. In the meantime, Marauder Berserkers are going to be surging to the back, attacking these Tomb Guard right here, so that's a good engagement. I mean, yeah, Berserkers will perform pretty well against Tomb Guard because their combat stats, offensively speaking, are good enough to get past the high melee defense, plus they have really, really good bonus with infantry, all that kind of good stuff. So Wulfric is running. He's just having to run from the Sphinx here. We do have a monster fight here. Oh, Settra coming in, just whooping that Skinwolf Werkin, doing a ton of damage and punting him back. Oh my god, Settra with the double punt! Brutal stuff. And the Miststalkers get a nice charge here, getting some good clubs on Settra. Skinwolf Werkin can, of course, heal. Bounce of power, relatively even, but again, more in the favor of the Tomb Kings and King of the Dead. And that's largely due to the fact that, honestly, Wulfric has been a bit of a rough pick this game. He's just been getting hunted and just punished, and yeah, it's rough stuff here. Wulfric going to be charging in, getting all over the skeleton chariots, doing some solid work right there. And in the meantime, we got the Skinwolf Werkin in the back, going to be trying to fight Settra, but it's a bit of a surround here. Ushabti summon going down as well. Miststalkers are going to give him a bit of sustainability in this position. You can see the Miststalkers in here are going to be fighting against these Ushabti, which they're far superior to, but the Skinwolf Werkin is, he's probably having a bad time. Settra's up here just cackling on his giant war beast, just kind of giving him the business. Although Settra's actually taking a lot of work, probably because the Baleffiend hits pretty hard too. So maybe that could get Demi back in the game. The big problem though is Wulfric is just kind of this giant pincushion right now. I mean, there's no getting away from the Sphinx. The Sphinx, I think, is faster. 56 on the Mammoth to the 68 on the Sphinx, so yeah, you can't really run from that. I mean, the only kind of anti-mass units he has are the Skinwolf Werkin plus the Baleffiend, who've done pretty well against Settra, but I just think that Wulfric here is going to get punished by the core of horsemen plus the Sphinx, and then from there, Settra is just going to be able to kind of run shop on everything else, because the Werkin isn't going to be able to kind of keep up with him. Like, if he's just running through infantry, it doesn't have enough mass. And yeah, I think it's just going to be all she wrote for the Norskins. I mean, the bounce power still is somewhat even. Demi's doing a pretty good job trying to pull it back with the center fight here, with the Miststalkers kind of clubbing everything down. But it's just going to be so hard to deal with Settra plus this Sphinx, which is like full health. And Settra's shaken. As soon as he's broken, like for example, if he's able to get one more hit here, he could just use these Nehakara horsemen to chase him off the battlefield. And yeah, that perpetual fire from the Skeleton Horseman archers does add up. I mean, he only has 70 armor. He only has 70 armor, guys, so that certainly could be something. Wulfric, negative 35 leadership, and he is broken. So at this point, just chase him off with some Skeleton Horseman archers. Like, grab one of these guys and just chase. It looks like there's going to be some sort of a vortex coming down, a flamestorm. But what the hell is this? What year is this? You never see flamestorm. Flamestorm does some pretty good damage against those guys. I mean, down to half health in terms of accrued value. That's probably about 600 gold worth of damage he did right there, if even, maybe like 400. And Wulfric's going to be getting chased by the Horsemen. Very good play there by King of the Dead. And in the meantime, Setra the Imperishable just going to be kind of stomping all over the Skinwolf Werkin, who is a large entity, believe it or not. I mean, he's a Skinwolf, so that makes sense. And yeah, he's just getting crumped incredibly hard. I can't believe the bounce power is still like somewhat decent for the Norskins here. The Blessed Blade of Petra is going to imbue that fire damage, which is going to be so good because the Skinwolf Werkin is weak to fire damage. So getting that fire damage on Setra is going to be brutal, and you can see this Teen Wolf here is going to be running for the hills. And the rest of the Norscan army probably will crumble as soon as the Sphinx gets in the center mass and starts to really punch a hole in those forces. Yeah, Wulfric's the sitter of chairs. His reign of terror is over. That is a very accurate statement. I love how he just sits like on the mammoth the entire battle. I don't think he would do that. I feel like Wulfric would like want to get down and fight. But anyways, guys, Sphinx coming in here. This is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Is this just giant Nehakaran war beast is just going to be cleaving through these Norskins here. You can see the Balefiend there getting slapped at pretty bad. And that's going to be army losses, guys. So King of the Dead currently up 2 here in this series. Can anyone take down the Mad Titan? We will find out. And thank you guys so much for joining today. This glorious King of the Hill stream. We're on our second game of the day. 30 minutes in, so we have another hour and a half. So let's go ahead and update the scoreboard here. And King is our current board member. And yes. Perfect. All right, just doing arrow and a move. Updating the list here. So next we have Zardar Total War. Of course, you guys saw Zardar in our most recent requalifier, and he certainly put up an amazing fight, so that's going to be quite a bit of fun. Zardar, we summon thee. All right, so we got a donation coming in from Steel Bear of 200 rubles, I believe. Is that how you say that currency? Did you know that Brits asked the Russian Empire to help crush the American rebellion and Russia refused? Here, buy yourself a small boom boom with these third world money. Thank you for your videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, man. Yeah. There are a ton of really good Russian Total War players. It's a really strong community for sure. And the Spirit of Gorg coming in with the 5. He says, hey, are you free on 4th of July? You're damn right I'm free. American Eagle screaming in the background. Enjoying, as always, much love from Austria. Spirit of Gorg, welcome, man. And thank you again for the donation, as always, man. You're always just supporting here on the stream, so I do appreciate that. Zardar Total War, you've been summoned. Let me tag him here. You're up. I'll tag him in the Discord just to make sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's in this Discord, but I know I think he's on Australia, so the time zone thing for him can be a little bit tricky. So far we have, this is our schedule. Amove Hacker, King of the Dead, Demi G, Zardar Total War, Floridian Fool, Aerocrastic, and then Amove Hacker will be coming back in unless somebody that hasn't played decides to jump in. So, and my doodad, Sigmar preserve us on the holiest of days. Sigmar is here. He's here with us. Hey, Dimmy, you did a good job, man. I just think that I honestly think your Vanguard with the Miststalkers and the Werkin cost you quite a bit because you needed the mass in the beginning to stop the chariot charge and also to stop them from beating on Wulfric for so long. That was ultimately what cost you the game, in my opinion. Your build was good, but you needed to stop those chariots plus the high mass coming in, and your high mass characters, your Werkin plus your Miststalkers, were out of position. Yeah. So let's see if Zardar is still here, or if he fell asleep. I see him in Total War Warhammer. He could be in a battle, perhaps. And, yeah. That's that. So if he doesn't come, perhaps we can move on to the next person on the list, and then Zardar can come in after them. So we're going to get Floridian Fool in here. Change the order a little bit. I think Zardar may be in like a quick battle or something. Sometimes they can run a little bit long. Cool. Is this Zardar actually? I can't tell. I don't believe so. Oh, it is. Yeah, this is Zardar. Oh, okay, okay. All right, he made it. And let's go on the Glacial Lake. It's an old school map. You don't see it terribly often. So king picks and bans can play same race. So Zardar Total War had that amazing best of 7 with Cheramis. That was really, really good. So you guys are going to get to see him in action against King of the Dead. And King is going to pick Vampire Counts, and he should most certainly ban... I don't know, there's a couple good bans. Yeah, let's see who he's going to ban. They have some, but you have to ban Lizardmen. The Eternal Nemesis, alright. Yes. Message Wicked D, he can certainly hook you up in the multiplayer community, for sure. Alright, and please tell me you're banning Lizards. And he bans Vampire Coast? Interesting, I feel like that's not a horrible matchup for the Vampire Counts. If Zardar knows how to play Lizardmen in this matchup, it's like a hard counter. Like Lizardmen just, oh, it's so wretched for the Vampire Counts. What you do is you just bring 3 Temple Guard, 2 Feral Carnosaurs, a Red Crested Skink Chief, Croak, and then just like Turtle and just nuke everything. It's brutal. Alright. And Bridges, aka Zardar Total War, is going to be playing Avalon. Okay, this is a good matchup. This one isn't too oppressive. I think this is going to be good. It's going to be good. Ah, Zutron. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry you gotta go to work. We'll see. So players are picking their armies right now, getting ready for this next matchup. All right, guys, just setting up the next games as well. God, you know what's so annoying is like the Steam friends list thing. Like when your list, there should be an unlimited size on these. It's so annoying. My friends list always gets full, and then I can't like add people for these tournaments and stuff. It's really trollish. But basically, then what I have to do is just go through and find people who like are inactive and haven't been on in a while. I use Will Smith for Independence Day. That's fair play. That's fair play. Glacial Lake is an open field map. There's some terrain. I mean, you can kind of abuse that little lake, but if anything, maybe the High Elves will do that. Like kind of caddy up against the lake of the map and see if they can hold in that way. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Avalon is pretty strong. I mean, they have a couple hybrid units. They have access to Dryads, which are a pretty good frontline unit. It really changes the... It's one of the sub-factions that really, I feel, is quite different than the other ones. I mean, followers of Nagash, you get, like, Fellbats, you get Crypt Ghouls, and what else do you get? Like, Hex Wraiths? I mean, Hex Wraiths suck, kind of, in my opinion. And, like, Fellbats... Getting Fellbats, you already have Carrion, so it's kind of redundant, to be honest. Yeah. Timmy says you should be like me and have no friends, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Avalon's quite strong. So players are picking the armies. I want to click on the armies, but I don't know if... I don't think they'd stream snipe. I don't think so. We're probably okay there. Alright, alright, alright. What's it gonna be? And after this, we have Floridian Fool. And then, let's go ahead and double check here. And then we have Aerocrastic. And then I might even jump in after that if there's time. I just want to get like 1 or 2 games in. I have the itch, even though maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know, Wookie, what do you think? Yeah, he's just being a little creature over there. Lizards are very powerful. I also think they're a bit of a hard counter against the Vampire Counts. It's really, really hard to win. King of the Dead is a tyrant. He banned Beastmen? Oh, okay, Dimmy. He just knows that you play the Beastmen. That's why he banned them. That makes sense. That makes sense. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on, guys. Sorry about the delays. Downtime. Yeah, drop some likes too, by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream. You guys want to see Wookiee while we wait? We can show you. No, actually, he's sleeping in bed. I'll show you guys at the end of the stream. I don't want to wake up this old dog. He's all cozy back there. And it looks like Avalon is ready. King of the Dead probably has a build saved, so I assume he'll ready up as soon as he's good to go. Yeah, Followers of Nagash is a Tomb King faction that does have access to a couple of vampire units. It has Fellbats, Crypt Ghouls, and Hex Wraiths, I think. I mean, getting the Hex Wraiths gives you some sort of niche application, but for the most part, Crypt Ghouls just aren't a very good unit. And like, I mean, they're meant to be high DPS units against like light armor, but Graveguard already do that really well with a bonus for infantry and better durability, so it's kind of a little bit silly to use that. Yeah, demolish the like button. Yes, it does help, guys. 624 people on the 4th of July. I'll come in and play King at some point, or whoever's there. We're going to see if he's usurped this game by the great Zardar Total War. Somebody has to use a freedom build. I don't know if I don't know how the Hellstorm rocket battery would do though. It's just not a very good unit. I mean, if you outplay your opponent and you like in every other way, the Hellstorm can then get some value. But it is a bit of a detractor from like competitive play. All right, and here we are, Avalon coming in with a bunch of Lothran Seaguard. So in total, Zardar Total War has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lothran Seaguard. He does also have the Fireborn Dragon Princes up in the sky. He's the Frostheart Phoenix and Alariel the Radiant. Both are good picks. Phoenix is pretty good at taking out some of those high value targets. It does, of course, have that AoE debuff. And like fighting with the Fireborn is quite good, right? With the Phoenix, right? Because what it does here is it does lower melee attack of enemy troops. So if the Fireborn are fighting like Blood Knights, it's going to put their melee attack down to a much lower value. It's going to make the fight better for them. Lothran Seaguard, Dryads in the back, one group of Dryads. He does have white lines in the center, and then Spearmen. So a pretty nice little Heil farmy here for Zardar Total War. And for the forces of the Vampire Counts, we got some spooky, scary skeletons in the front line. What the hell is this? We have Helman Gorst on foot with his summon, 2 White Kings on foot, and then we also have a Corpse Cart with Unholy Lodestone. What planet is this? What year is this? What dimension? What plane of existence? What void realm do we belong to in which Helman Gorst is now the meta with the double White King on foot? We have a Black Coach, a bunch of Graveguard in the secondary line for the anti-large kit. We have dual Blood Knights, which again are going to be quite good against the Phoenix if they can isolate it. But again, Fireborn will be quite efficient against them as well. It's going to be, a relatively even fight. I think Fireborn do win head-to-head with Blood Knights, but again, Blood Knights do have access to Lord Vampires. They can get healed and, Van Hell's Dance Kebab and things like that. So, yeah, that's looking to be a very interesting game, and the battle's underway here. Lothran Seaguard are going to have a field day tearing up that Corpse Cart, though. That thing is going to just get Shrek'd pretty horribly, and it looks like Alariel's going to be flying overhead. I know, it's glorious indeed. It's glorious. And that's what's kind of cool about these FFA or King of the Hill streams is you get to see people try builds they normally would be afraid to try in tournaments. So, yeah, I think it's neat. Yeah, the Meme Lord's in the middle. Gaze of Nagash going down and makes okay contact. No, that was pretty pitiful, actually. Yeah, it's good. It's Gorst, so. The Corpse Cart going to be taking massive fire here from the Lothran Seaguard. Not sure what the spears were doing. They like all fell back in a blob, like just like a Mighty Ducks flying V formation or something. And the Corpse Cart with Unholy Lodestone is going to be just getting pounded to dust, but it's a bit of a distraction, Carnifex. It only costs 400 gold, so it's not like the end of the world. And in the meantime, the Fireborn are going to be sweeping around looking for the goodies. Gorst on foot, instant win. I believe King of the Dead's done pretty well with Gorst on foot before. Now, over here in the flank, the Blood Knights are able to get a hammering charge into the Lothran Seaguard, and the Black Coach gets in there as well, so I feel like Zardar's forces were a little bit out of position here. Some Scurvy Dogs in the back, no, not Scurvy Dogs, the Direwolves are going to attack, and one group of Lothran Seaguards already busted up. It's going to be, Gorst is running in there. Look at him, he's ready to go. He's got his sword out, his decrepit Necromancer arms ready to kind of wield that weapon. And the Blood Knight's doing a good job hammering that formation there. Really able to kind of punish those Lothran Seaguard on the flank, who did get Faw's protection, but they still actually broke. The other Black Coach in the meantime probably wants to hit the front line, and what's actually pretty good against this vampire build is their front line is better than the High Elves. They have a bunch of Graveguard. Graveguard will of course beat Spearmen very handily. The Black Coach is going to be surging into the Spearmen and the Lothran Seaguard, and there is a wave of skeletons, and it feels like the Lothran Seaguard are struggling to get their value. In the back of the Corpse Cart with the Unholy Lodestone somehow, someway is still alive. I have no idea. Negative 12 leadership, probably going to be going down relatively soon. Blood Knight's taking a very conservative position out here on the far side of the battlefield, but now they're going to be sweeping back in. And there's only one Fireborn, there's 2 Blood Knights, so if King of the Dead keeps pulling back with one and then charging with the other on the other side, it's going to be really hard for the High Elves to kind of deal with this. So, the Blood Knights are falling back right here. There are a couple Skeleton Spears which are going to halt the advance of the Fireborn. And Helman Gorst just getting in there. Just getting down and dirty in the center pocket here. And you can see the Flamespire Phoenix, or excuse me, the Frostheart Phoenix, going to be looking for opportunities to fight. Scurvy Dogs are going to be slamming back into these, not Scurvy Dogs, damn it, Direwolves are going to be getting into these Lothran Seaguard here, so that's going to be quite nice. But they are going to get countercharged by the Fireborn, which is going to be a disaster. Fireborn DPS is pretty huge on the charge. You have a charge bonus of 80. And it looks like the Blood Knights are actually deciding to take this fight, which is interesting. And they're going to be charging in, and Blood Knights do get a bit of a charge here, but I think this backline engagement may be a bit of a folly here for King, because number one, Frost Protection, Star of Avalon. There's not too many other supporting vampire elements back here, but it looks like, you know, King is going to be able to get the Black Coach back here. And the other group of Blood Knights was trying to get back here as well, but I think just the way he was playing it before was probably more optimal, just kind of like grinding out the fight. Oh man, these Spearmen are broken with 71 models. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, just kind of grinding out the fight, not taking that big engagement, just whittling down the high elf melee forces. Anyways, the dogs are going to be jumping onto the Frostheart Phoenix, and the other group of Blood Knights is going to be getting back here as well, going to be attacking the Fireborn. And the other Blood Knights are actually somewhat healthy, 36 models, so an Invocation of Nehek was able to kind of top them off. And now we have a bit of a 2v1 fight. I mean, there's two groups of Blood Knights back here, plus the dogs. There is a Frostheart Phoenix, which is going to be really good. Lowering the melee attack of all these Blood Knights is going to be very helpful. Puts them down to 31, which again is much more manageable. But the main fight is going very, very bad for the for the Elves here. You can see the Spearmen here just getting kind of crumped on by the Skeletons and the Sternsmen and all these troops. Helman Gorst probably summoning Graveguard. I don't think we've seen it yet. Maybe we saw it, maybe I just missed it. But Helman Gorst going to be coming back here. He's going to get his hands dirty. And guys, we have the double White King on foot. Those guys are, you know, yeah, I remember this build. King of the Dead actually used this build against me a couple weeks ago, and it caught me off guard for sure, because you're expecting these big targets. I can't remember what the matchup was. But yeah, it was. I think I put it up on the channel. That was like a month or two ago. Blood Knights here are going to continue to fight. The Fireborn are actually getting worn down by just sheer numbers. I mean, there's way more vampires back here. Lothran Seaguard are breaking. I mean, the Frostheart Phoenix is going to help, but there's double White King back here, plus Helman Gorst with the Liber Noctis. His Winds of Magic is going to be quite insane. It greatly increases it, so that's very, very useful here. Oh, and the Graveguard summon. Look at that. Helman Gorst summoning Graveguard back here. What a machine. So the Graveguard are going to come back here and shut down this force, and it's going to keep them from escaping. So the Fireborn are trapped in from these Graveguard summons, which have a little bit of duration left. Man, that nerf really hit Helman Gorst very hard. And now King of the Dead, guys, I mean, he's winning all the fights across the map. You can see the infantry here doing very well. The Fireborn are just being surrounded and mauled by Helman Gorst in the double White King build. Man, what a machine. What a machine. And Helman Gorst is going to be taking this victory over Alariel. You know, that's something you don't hear every day. Alariel, like one of the more competitive lords in the game, and then Helman Gorst, obviously a meme lord. But, you know, having like those small targets allows him to go quite a bit wider, right? The White Kings and Gorst are very cheap. And the High Elf forces are going to be breaking and running. There's still a pigeon here, plus two pigeons, I should say. Alariel plus the Frostheart Phoenix, but I don't know. I think Gorst Daddy's going to be getting in there and giving the business. I mean, when he's on foot, he's a smaller target for sure. He doesn't really bring much to the table other than the fact that he does have the Graveguard summon. But he's cheap too. I mean, I guess he's like a cheap and down Necromancer Lord. So the Cav, the High Elf Cav have been pushed off the battlefield by these Direwolves back here. Very, very good play there by King of the Dead, making sure to chase him off. And now it's just a matter of time before the Frostheart Phoenix gets beaten down by the horde of undead. Just being dragged down, just straight up Game of Thrones style. Oh my god. King of the Dead sending a message that today's King of the Hill is going to belong to the king, perhaps. We'll find out. Man, that was something. The Gorst double foot White King build. Just meta-defining stuff. Absolute insanity. The King of the Dead special, as it should be called from here on out. So, alright. You're up. That was a crazy game. My UI is derping, he's saying, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, guys, the King of the Dead special. That was wild, huh? Oh my god. Gorst is the King of the Hill today. He did. Next game. We got to keep this pace going so we can get everyone in. He says it's sabotage before he leaves. Kelp and Cold Dust for the next map. Isn't Kembler would probably be better, yeah, in that build. Oh man. So let me go ahead and double check. Okay, move. Matthew Giannotti says, and the Luminarch's red glare, and the Luminarch's red glare and Hellfire bursting in air. Oh, that's so good. That's really good. Floridian Fool says, nice meme. Perhaps he comes to challenge. We'll find out. Bans. So the King of the Hill is always the one picking and banning, so the opponent has a bit of an advantage, right? The bots have arrived? Oh no. I think our stream became big enough that the bots are assaulting now. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna go after Arrow. Because I'd like to get one game in if I could. Alright. So we got Norsca, and he bans vampire counts. And Floridian Fool, he's thinking about the matchup carefully. The bots are back, but thankfully our shield is here. Our glorious mods, going to be fighting. So Slanesh bots are a running joke we have for the YouTube's lack of control of like spam bots in their streams and everything. Matthew Giannotti, thank you so much for the donation, man. I do appreciate it. It means a lot, my dude. All right, cool. The Dark Gods have sent the bot. Well, perhaps that is going to be the new metagame. Wookie thinks so. He's kind of being a little difficult today, I must admit. Floridian Fool, is he going to pick High Elves? It looks like it may be High Elves. We're on Kelp and Cold Dust, which is it's a cool map. I like this one, actually. It has nice little lips. Wicked D provides 100% ward save against spam bots. That's true. Yes, that's correct. And it looks like he's High Elves. Raw cauliflower, thank you. Is it better to be a meme like Gorst or to be completely ignored and forgotten like Isabella von Karstein? It's better to be a meme for sure, because then at least people pay attention to you. That is really funny, man. It is a 4th of July stream. You know, Raw Cauliflower, that might be an interesting build. Lady Karstein on foot to heal the White Kings. Like double White King with her. Because she does have that item that heals them, right? So that actually is something to think about. We'll ready up here. Minimize to make sure everything's tracked. So King is, somebody has to dethrone him before this man runs too far. We're about an hour in, so there's certainly time for someone to pass his current record, but good to come in and see Turin streaming. A great way to start a shift of work. Hey man, glad to hear. Yeah, Lady Karstein is certainly neglected. She's not given a lot of love. I mean, the other Vampire Lords are just so much better. I mean, she is better than Gorst, for sure. But, I don't know. And my lovely wife is here. Yes. Everyone say hello. She rises. Slay the bots. The bots are evolving, for sure. So this guy says, watching Turin's ECL best of 7 around my very religious family. Mazda Money going balls deep into these dwarves. Looks around nervously. That's so good. That's so good, dude. Oh man, that actually was really funny. Oh man. Lady Turin is here. She rises. Dude, that's really funny, man. That actually gave me quite a chuckle. We do have another ward save. My smoking hot wife coming in with the steel chair, beating down the bots. Floridian Fool, thinking very heavily on his build here. We're going to find out. King of the Dead is ready to party, though. He is ready. He is sending a message. After this, we have Aerocrastic. Aerocrastic, of course, the winner of, not the 2 Everchosens ago. He was the winner. So it's certainly going to be a fierce cockfight. Although he was defeated by King of the Dead in the last Everchosen. So there certainly is some history in this next matchup here. Oh. Yeah, healing caps certainly made Lady Karstein worse because, yeah, it's just not as good, you know, because like you're going to be using invocations. They get their healing cap so quick. Oh man, thank you guys for helping to defend the stream. Hopefully, it's like a mini game for you guys, you know, where you're just constantly smiting these bots. I hope there's some fun in it for you, because I know it's probably not a little annoying. The bots are advertising Copa America. Well, here we go. 260 seconds left for the players to load in. Hopefully we'll have no lag in this battle. We'll find out. Oh, man. What am I going to do the rest of the day? It's going to be hard. I was thinking about trying to get a Warhammer 40k game tonight, but it's going to be hard on 4th of July, probably. I know the bots are really determined. Well, it's not just one bot. There's a ton of them. It's whack-a-null. Oh my god. Alright guys, so now we're in the game. And for the forces of Floridian Fool, we have Teclis, Nets, Enfeebling Foe. Definitely a good kit of spells there against the Norskins. And a Noble on horseback, which is very good against Famir and Mammoths and Chariots. I definitely like this pick quite a bit from Mr. Florida. On top of that, he does have the Heralds of the Wind. What the hell is this? You don't see these terribly often. But they're one of the faster units in the game. They have 105 speed, and yeah, they have good combat stats, for sure. They're not a joke, but I guess against Norsca they can outrun the Hounds, which gives them a little bit of a application. So he's got a bunch of Spearmen, one group of the Swordmasters of Hoeth to give him some elite punch in the front line, and on top of that we do have 2 groups of the Sisters of Avalon. So protecting the Sisters is going to be of the utmost importance, for sure. In the back we do have a Walmart Dragon, and on the far side we do also have some Reavers. So the Walmart Dragon is going to be it's going to be very important to stop this onslaught, because you can see here there's 3 Famir, there's a Mammoth. I mean, King of the Dead is coming in just deep right now, and I just don't feel like this High Elf force is going to be able to handle this onslaught. There's just going to be so much mass pushing through that front line of spears, and all he has to really stop that is the net, 1 Walmart Dragon, and yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm a little concerned. This Norscan build's quite nasty. So anyways, for the forces of Norsca, front line's going to be Marauders just across the entire front board for the most part. You don't need your elite infantry to beat down the High Elves, typically speaking. On top of that, we got a bunch of Famir. So we have Famir, we have Famir here, and then we also have another group over here with great weapons. Soul Crusher, double Chariot Lord, which is really strong. Shaman Sorcerer, Fate of Uno, going to just wreck either Sisters or Swordmasters. We have Wolfric with his pirate ship, again, very good against High Elves. And now this is a nasty Norscan army. It's going to be, I mean, maybe if the High Elves took up refuge on this hill and forced the Norskins around into a choke point, but even still, I just think it's going to be really, really hard for the High Elves. It just feels like one of those builds that's going to get crumpled really, really quickly here. Swordmasters in a build like this guy's crazy, says Aerocrastic. Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, I just feel like his build's going to get run over. Yeah. But next, guys, Aerocrastic, you're up, man. After this game, you're going to have to take on the winner. Now, on the far side, the Heralds of the Wind, they could easily beat down these Norscan Warhounds. And honestly, if I were Floridian Fool, I might actually get the Heralds of the Wind and just charge those Hounds and finish them off really quick. It's kind of free real estate. Now, this is the classic thing. The Soul Crusher, being, of course, the biggest distraction Carnifex in the world, is going to pop in Rage, taking 44% less damage. And oh god, my soul hurts for this High Elf army. It hurts. It hurts so bad. So, good net of Amatok. It's able to catch a couple guys there. And the Soul Crusher is still going down. But guys, this is where Gotham's Reckoning happens. The Chariots are going to come in. A very good cast from King of the Dead. Beautiful on those High Elf forces. And the Aster are not prepared for this. They are not. This is just going to be a catastrophe. Oh god, and the Sisters are able to juke the Dragon. Swordmasters in the forest waiting. And the Noble and company lying in wait. But what are they waiting for? That's the question. Heralds of the Wind are just kiting over there. We have a random group of Reavers waiting in the shadows. Those guys definitely need to get back into this fight here. And the Sisters of Avalon are going to be getting slapped with the Fate of Una. Oof. This is a big old oof. Yeah, this Norscan army is just getting just crumping all over these guys right now. A nice fiery convocation coming down for the High Elves, though. But the back line, like I said, is pretty much a disaster. The Sisters are offline. The double Chariots are just going to finish them off. And we do, of course, have the Giant Mammoth. who's just going to be rampaging back there. And there's nothing left on the High Elf Force that can kill that mammoth efficiently. I mean, the dragon kind of can, but even still, it's the Soul Crusher. It's no mere mammoth. This thing is a titan of its kind. And you can see the forces of the High Elves are going to be crumbling across the board. The Norscan onslaught, unstoppable so far. Unstoppable so far. And, yeah, I don't know. There's a couple spearmen holding. The Heralds of the Wind were able to kite out those Warhounds and finish them off, so at least there's some positive net value over here in this engagement. The other Reavers on the far side were forgotten, but now they're going to be coming over. The classic delayed engagement. And Spearmen are going to be surging in. Teclis getting really low. It looks like the Deathcaster plus Wulfric were able to kind of beat him down. He does respond with the Potion of Croy. And Sisters are back online, which is good. That does give him some firepower against this big, thick mammoth, but, you know, the High Elf front line is just not going to be able to hold. I think you may have forgotten about these Swordmasters as well. I'm not sure. You know, and again, it happens, guys. There's often nerves. First time playing on these like events on streams, I can tell you from experience. So perhaps he's a little bit nervous about this engagement. But anyways, battle's underway here. You can see the Marauders in the front line doing their thing. Wulfric taking a little bit of pounding fire from the Sisters. Swordmasters are going to be surging in now to intercept these guys. And the other noble, I'm not sure what it was chasing right there. But yeah, his soul certainly was crushed. Norskins are going to be getting into the back line, and the Chariot of the Gods, the heirs to Cirtha X people, surging in there, just going to be running over some of those Sisters in the back. Fiery Convocation, yeah, it's not a very good spell simply because of how long it takes to cast. Teclis is caught up by Famir with Great Weapons. He is a large entity on his horse, so he's going to be getting beaten down pretty badly there. And the Soul Crusher coming back to crush some souls, guys. You need more mass against Norsca, I feel. It's hard. It's definitely a tricky matchup. You can go very elite and try and use like Phoenix Guard and like Phoenixes. I think that can be okay. This is a proper Crumpin for sure. Sisters being forced back. Bounce power is going into the favor of King of the Dead here, but a very good comeback here by Floridian Fool. He's actually able to snipe Wulfric with the dragon, so good comeback. Despite a couple, unfortunate engagements, he is able to snipe Wulfric there, so at least he's getting some value here before he goes quietly into the night. And a couple archers in the back going to be unleashing hell here, but there's a ton of angry marauders right there who are going to just be going in there, having some good old fun. Teclis and company and the Heralds of the Wind are going to continue to kite. They've done pretty well. They're up to 50 kills. But yeah, it's going to be army losses in a matter of seconds here. All right, guys. I think that's game. High Elves have a couple troops left. Wulfric comes back in the fourth quarter to chase some guys down. And yeah, good night to the Noble. Hunter of Champions getting popped, so he's certainly going to get hunted. Teclis may be trying to go salvage something by chasing him down over there, but the High Elves just have nothing left. They have a couple spears and things like that. Yeah, his pirate ship's really good. It's really good. Wulfric's pirate ship's great. I mean, it's free real estate. Fiery Convocation's free too, but it just feels like it takes forever to cast. Like, just the wind-up animation and everything, it's just, like, so janky in that respect. Teclis is falling back. Spirit Leech is going to be slapping him. Army losses should be hitting the High Elves relatively soon, as these remaining Spear units are chased down. The Dragon's still there, the Walmart Dragon, but it's not going to be able to do much. And there you go. High Elves are a tough action. They can be very good, but they're hard to play, for sure. But, in the hands of really good players, High Elves can be quite scary. And that's going to be army losses. Oh boy, King of the Dead is Vextor. Base away, brother. Base away. King of the Dead is currently up 4 games here. It's going to be hard to usurp him, guys. So let's update the score here. But now we have one of the ever-chosens, Aerocrastic, coming in this next game to try and unseat the champion. We're going to be on a classic multiplayer map. Aerocrastic arises. He is here. King of the Dead's 1-4. So yeah, now we have Aerocrastic coming up. All right. Cool. So we got King, Pick, and Ban. Fiery convocation celebrating freedom. Oh my god. Well, King of the Dead is very good at Norsca, so the fact that people in chat are thinking Norsca is a good faction, but you're also watching a very good Norscan player, so it may seem that way. He's very, very good at Norsca. Lotus Krastic. So this is Aerocrastic. It's not Lotus Moon. King of the Dead be like, is there no one else? And then a challenger Falcon approaches. I don't think Falcon's online right now. But we have another hour, so we're going to see if somebody can beat him. King of the Dead says he feels like Coast again. And Aerocrastic is going to play... what's he going to pick? This is a good map for Coast, too. It's relatively open field. There are some line of sight obstructions with like the forest and stuff, but... Oh, it's some good water right there. My lovely wife, Lady Turin, has gotten me slowly addicted to sparkling water. I used to like hate sparkling water, but like after like she buys it all, she was buying it all the time, and I was drinking it when I went to Poland. I started to like develop a taste for it. Yeah, she got me good with that. So he's banning Wood Elves and picking Vampire Coast, and let us see Aerocrastic coming in at the right and proper Wa. Glorious. Glorious. This is going to be exciting. Oh man. We're gonna see Greenskins versus Vampire Coast. I actually think it's a matchup that slightly favors Vampire Coast, but Greenskins have the numbers and width and like ferocity to kind of pound through the Coast front line. So there's something to be said there. Oh man. Let me get some of this Hellstorms. I know, maybe if I play I'll bring a Hellstorm. I am up next technically, but I may decide not to depending on how the hands feel. Depending on things, my friends. Who's this King of the Dead noob? I don't have a Twitch channel actually. I've always only streamed on YouTube, which I wish YouTube would do a little bit more for their streamers. But like I don't know. I love streaming on YouTube because it's just where my platform already is, so I don't want to have to like redirect people. And I don't know. I feel like the YouTube community. I love the YouTube community here, and like I have like sponsors on YouTube. I don't want to like go to another platform and force them to go over there. So I love the YouTube community, like at least our little community we have here. So Leroy Kid says I'm going with Greenskins if there's now Black Orcs aren't the best pick against Vampire Coast. They're expensive. I mean maybe bringing one or two. Just the counter depth guard and crab play can be good. Yeah, I would say that's fair play. Sparkling water is good. It is good. It is good. But sparkling water is terrible if it's not cold. Like if you have like warm or lukewarm sparkling water, it's just like ugh, in my opinion. But like cold sparkling water, it's like kind of having a soda, but you don't have to like deal with all the bad side of soda, right? Like sugar and all that shit. Isn't that right, Wookie? He's like screw off, man. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, well, Snuffleupagus by sponsor. So if you see like Professor Pone right above you, for example, he I believe he's a channel sponsor. Well, folks whose names are in green in chat, so you can see like Garland Green up above, for example. You can sponsor YouTube channels just like you do on Twitch by clicking. There's a little sign like right below the text box, and it's the same exact system basically. I think it's like $3 or $4 a month or something. You like sponsor someone. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Thousand Suns are very competitive in 40k. They're very competitive. As a matter of fact, solo Thousand Suns are like not top tier if you're just playing Thousand Suns by themselves, but they can compete with anyone. But more importantly, Thousand Suns, like as an allied detachment to other Chaos factions, it's like insane. They have like the best psychers in the game. They're so good. They're so good. Like Armin is probably one of the best characters in all of 40k. He is so goddamn good. Yeah. No, Vampire Coast is actually somewhat hard to play. If you're playing Vampire Coast against newer players on ladder, it's going to be hard. You're going to have a good time. But if you're playing against tournament players or high level players who know how to beat Vampire Coast, there's a pretty straightforward kind of counter. Well, Pone, you have the blue one, so I wasn't sure if you unsponsored, because you could have cut that to save that $2 a month or whatever. You know? Yeah, because you have the mod status, so it kind of blocks your green text. Although, yeah, you have Jabba there, so I guess I should have known. As a matter of fact, Professor Pone and I had a really good battle last night, and in Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and he gave me the business. I beat him a week or two ago, but he got me this time pretty good. Snuffleupagus, thank you for becoming a channel member / sponsor. Much appreciated, man. Except me. Oh, man. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the stream. And now you have the squig as your icon, and you have access to the unique emojis as well. And your icon evolves. So the longer you're a sponsor, you can see Professor Pone has been there for like almost 2 years. So he has Mazda Mundi, which is like one of the top tiers of that. I was thinking about doing straight Thousand Suns. What do you recommend I buy? So you need to get... The most important thing, Joey, is getting Ahriman, a Demon Prince of Tzeentch, and probably a Sorcerer and Terminator armor. Those are like just like the staples, those 3 characters. And then from there, Zangors. Zangors are incredibly good. I would probably recommend getting full groups of Zangors and then like 1 group of Rubric Marines or something just to hold objectives. But yeah, Zangors are like insanely good. Because what you do is you make the Sorcerer and Terminator armor your Warlord, and you give him the Dark Matter Crystal, which lets you teleport the Zangors into your opponent's lines in like turn 1. It's really, really good. And Spirit of Gorg, thank you for sponsoring. I really do appreciate it, man. On top of your generous donations, you're also now a channel sponsor, man. Awesome stuff. And the Aster117, happy 4th. Happy 4th right back to all you guys, man. All right, guys, and here we are. Aerocrastic's forces in the front line. We got goblins down to Goblin Town as the 8-peak loonies are going to be coming in with a vengeance. These guys are ready to party. And in the secondary line, we have a bunch of orc biggins. Just angry orc boys. And they're pretty good, like dual purpose, because number 1, they hit pretty hard against the chaff and whatnot. But more importantly, they also have a bonus versus large. So against like crabs and you know some of the other large terrorgeist type units. I mean, they're good dual purpose in this matchup. We got goblin archers in the back. Oh my god, Aerocrastic is like just trying to... Oh my god, he's got Grimgor Ironhide. Oh, what a memer. He's got a giant over on the far side as well, because he probably knows that King of the Dead loves to play like crab monster mash build, so bringing the giant is a good X-Factor pick. Squig Hoppers, Forest Goblin, Spider Riders in the back, but honestly, the fact that he has Grimgor is really going to hurt. He's got an Orc Shaman with Fist of Gork and Brainbuster, or here we go, and Brainbuster. And for the forces of King of the Dead, front line of zombies, secondary line of bombers, the King of the Dead special. Up in the skies, we have Luther Harkin. Luther Harkin is ready to go. This guy means business. Luther is very good against Greenskins. He actually can cast an ability to add to the cooldown, so he can do kind of a mini Arcana and Forging. It's really good against Greenskins. He's a powerful sniper. 2 Depth Guard, Halberds in the back, 3 groups of dogs, and that is pretty much it. So definitely fun stuff. Dennis Olafson, thank you for sponsoring the channel. Thank you for joining the party, joining the glorious WA. And hopefully you're enjoying the streams, Dennis. More good times to come for you, my friend. If you enjoy your new emojis. So here we go. Luther's going to come in, and this is... Oh, I feel so bad for Grimgor. He's just so shit. Like, look at him just waddling. He's like, oh, I'm so weak and slow. Oh, Anakin, please. The Goblin Archers are going to be able to kind of fend Luther off, but Luther's just going to be able to sit above Grimgor this entire battle and just shoot him with the pistol, and Grimgor's just eventually going to die and do nothing. I mean, I really want the Greenskins to win this, and the rest of his army is very good. I just think that the Grimgor pick might be crippling, because, like, Luther Harkin is a pretty competitive lord. I'd say he's really good. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We'll find out here. Take care, Pone. Thanks for joining, man. Archers up in the skies are going to be shooting Luther. Luther's going to fly and use the Power Siphon, so now he can't even wah. Like the Power Siphon adds 15 seconds to that, and he's not going to be able to fight until Grimgor gets in melee combat. So suddenly, I don't know. But the thing is the Vampire Ghost doesn't have any range, so if you think about it, the Goblin Archers are going to be able to scoot up and just get free pot shots into the gunnery mobs and stuff. So that's something to think about. Hey, Dennis. Thank you, man. Appreciate it again. So in the meantime, Luther Harkin flying above, just kind of cackling. Aerocrastic's going to be getting his Forest Goblin Spider Riders up and around. As long as he can protect these little goblins from the onslaught here, he should be okay. The Giant's just going to be going in. There's not really any natural threats against the Giant. And yeah, you can see the Spider Riders and company are going to be surging in to deal with the Scurvy Dogs. It's a lot of Scurvy Dogs coming in. Aerocrastic needs to make sure he can protect these other 2 groups as well. These 2 are very vulnerable right now, and it looks like there's no supporting elements to kind of protect those guys. So losing them that quick is going to be tough. Luther Harkin does get caught, though, a little bit. 1 group of Scurvy Dogs is down, but yeah, that sucks. 2 groups of Goblin Archers for 1 Scurvy Dogs. Some of the biggins are going to be surging forward to kind of help against those guys. That's why a lot of people bring the Orc Air Boys. In the distance, we do also have some Night Goblin Squig Hoppers in the deep vanguard, and Goblins have engaged against the deckhand mobs in the flank. Luther Harkin is being kind of attacked here. I mean, Grimgor is getting in there with his axe, and their Spider Riders pinning down Luther. So his speed is 69, that's what she said. So not going to be able to escape here, potentially. It's going to be, I mean, but Grimgor's just so pathetic. Oh my god, get in there and do some damage. So the Scurvy Dogs actually are 100% finished off, and the Goblin Archers somehow survived that. Looks like due to the fact that Ere We Go was given to the Goblin Archers, plus some of the Collapsing Biggins were able to clean up shop. So suddenly Aerocrastic is a man on a mission here. He's going to win with Grimgor. This is like, oh my god. Luther Harkin's taking a lot of damage. I don't know how he's getting stuck there, but I guess the Forest Goblin Spider Riders are really pinning him in place. I'm sorry for making fun of you, Grimgor. Another Power Siphon's going to be going down. Are the Forest Goblin Spider Riders going to keep him pinned? It looks like King of the Dead is going to be able to salvage the situation by sending in some summons. But man, that was a beating he took, for sure. And the Bombers are now going to get caught out of position as well. The Biggins are just going to come in. Oh, they got their Choppas out. And they're just going to give the business to this army. Oh my god, brutal stuff. So here you go, Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mobs getting put in the can a little bit. Luther Harkin and company are, he's trying. He's getting over here. I mean, still, Biggins are decent against Luther with their bonus first large, but Depth Guard are going to be a hard counter against Orc Biggins for the most part. Now, the Goblin Archers are shooting. Summons are kind of dissipating a little bit. A Giant from Aerocrastic definitely needs to get on top of the Depth Guard. That's going to be good, and really good veteran tournament play here. Pulling back with the Orc Biggins. So in pulling back here, it kind of forces the Depth Guard to overextend, allowing the Giant and some of these other troops to collapse. Oh, this is going to be good. The Night Goblin Squid Coppers coming in, and they got the wall right now, so the Depth Guard are like, oh shit, we need to get out of here. So they're going to be running, seeing that onslaught come in. And up in the sky, we have Luther Harkin continuing to just look for freebies. You know what? Grimgor's actually doing okay. Grimgor's doing it. And I think that's largely due to Aerocrastic's good control. In the back, we do also have some Squig Hoppers who are going to be just surging into the Bombers there, doing some good damage. Oh, this is good for Aerocrastic. The fact that the Giant is able to just start clubbing Depth Guard, that is like a perfect situation. And if there's no Halberds left, I mean, the Giant's going to be really hard to kill. Goblin Archers are finishing off the Bombers. In the meantime, King of the Dead does drop a summon right here in front of the Goblin Archers to just kind of cap them in the face, but they'll be disappearing relatively soon. Forest Goblin Spider Riders in reserve, waiting for opportunities to clean up shop. Probably going to be going after those gunnery mobs right there. And oh my god, Grimgor is just a man on a mission. Taunt and Power Siphon going down, but he is just going to... I mean, if Grimgor is able to sit on his target, he can do some damage for sure. So he's going to be karate chopping this Vampire Fleet Admiral pretty hard. Although the Vampire Fleet Admiral... Is that winning that duel somehow? No, Luther Harkin's coming in. Oh, this is bad. This is bad for Grimgor. He needs some help. If Grimgor can fall back now to some of these Biggins, that's going to be pretty big here. Giant's still going. Depth Guard are running around really well. King of the Dead with some incredible molecular there. But this is like we're having Grimgor cost you the game. Because look at that. He just got crumped so hard by Luther. Oh my god, brutal stuff. I mean, maybe he's going to survive here. There's still a ton of Orcs. There's a lot of Biggins and Goblins coming up and around the flank here. Goblin Archers are still online for the most part. One group has taken about half HP here. I don't know, guys. I still don't think so. Luther was able to heal up a lot, and Grimgor's just fresh fish at this point. He's just gonna give it up. Biggins here do get terrified, unfortunately. That's pretty unfortunate. They're really holding down that pocket. The Giant's coming in, chasing down these Depth Guard. The other Depth Guard are fighting Biggins as well, so they're going to be taking a bit of damage there. But Depth Guard very good against those type of infantry. Squig Hoppers in the back are going to be trying to clean up some of the scraps, and we do also have an Orc Shaman, so Brainbusters are going to be really good in these very condensed formations. And Grimgor is dead, I think. Yeah, Grimgor got killed, so nah, it's unfortunate. I mean, if you have like Wurzog, you can like snare things and run away and like bring good magic. No, Grimgor tried. He tried so hard and got so far. In the end, Grimgor didn't even matter. And the Giant here is going to start clubbing these Depth Guards still, which is good. Unfortunately, now there are some Halberds nearby, which are going to be poking him, but the Giant's still doing good work. Luther Harkin is very good against Giants with his pistol as well. Oh, and King of the Dead, you know, smelling blood in the water, is going to be going after the Orc Shaman here. Yeah, he's going to be going after that Orc Shaman. I know, Grimgor, he tried so hard. It's already a hard matchup for the Greenskins, I think, but his build was good. Like, he's doing well in every other aspect of the fight. It's just that the leadership situation, losing Grimgor plus that Orc Shaman is pretty devastating. So Biggins surging forward, they are steady, so they're going to, you know, give up a little fight right here and, you know, have some punch. Goblin Archers still continuing to rain fire into some of the high-value targets, like, are they going after Luther? Maybe just focusing down the Depth Guard would be good, because then it would give all your other Greenskin infantry impunity and stuff. I think that would be really good. So there are some Greenskins coming back in. There's still a Vampire Fleet Captain, unfortunately. Grimgor wasn't able to kill that character. Giant's going to be coming back towards the middle. A nice Brainbuster right there, just slapping into that formation, doing some good damage against Depth Guard. But, I mean, Luther is pretty much free range right now. Yeah. Grimgor was shattered. Where's that shameful sausage? Oh, there he is. He's back there. Look at him. You would think, like, the baddest Greenskin, like, the baddest and the biggest would keep fighting to the end, right? But, I guess not. So in the meantime, Luther Harkin going to continue just feasting on this back line. There's not really much to stop him. There are some Biggins back here who could potentially do some work. And the Depth Guard here are just going to town. They're just going to town, guys. Boom, look at that. Just dropping the hammer on top of those Depth Guard. Very, very powerful stuff here. And is he going to get them? I'm not sure. This giant doing a good old proper job here, crumping on some of these depth guard. A lot of greenskin forces left. I mean, there is a chance. It's very slim. But, I mean, there's a small chance for the greenskins. But, yeah, if Luther kills his shaman and then goes and kills the giant, it's pretty much over at that point, I think. Hornswoggle going down, putting his stats to 0 in terms of melee defense, which is definitely pretty unfortunate. Terror does rout off those goblin archers in the back. And, yeah, the giant's coming in. Giant was able to really beat down those depth guard, which is a really good catch there. The greenskins at the back are actually being bombed by the bombers. Bombers doing some okay work in the back. Now, this could be something. The giant gets one really good hit on Luther, and Luther's almost at his healing caps. There's not going to be too many tricks after this. He is a shameful sausage. Look at Grimgor. He's like over there in the Shadow Realm. Yeah, you can see him in the trees. Just running away. Very, very shameful stuff. So Goblin Archer's trying to stabilize. The Giant and the Orc Shaman should be able to finish off these depth guard back here. Vampire Ghost doesn't have like a whole lot left. I mean, if you look around, it's really just Luther. I mean, the Giant needs to hold. That's like the only way that Aerocrostic can get back in this game. These depth guard are going to be 100% crumbled here in a second. 308 HP. Going down rather quickly. Some Goblin Archers are back online, but yeah, the Giant is so good. I mean, the Luther is so good against the Giant as well with his pistol. And the Orc Shaman just gets pounded right there. Oh, but the Giant, with the retaliation, able to get some really good damage on Luther, hitting him for about 400 damage, give or take. And the Goblin Archers in the back are shooting into the backs of the Depth Guard, who are going to be crumbling. They have 100 HP, negative 17 leadership. That is going to be all she wrote for those guys. And it looks like Vampire Coast and King of the Dead is going to be maintaining his porcelain throne here. Poor Grimgor. He needs help. He just gets, like, obliterated. Like, he just can't... Like, Luther just destroyed him so badly in that duel. The only reason Grimgor did well in the first duel was because Luther wasn't fighting back. He was just trying to run. Alright. So, King of the Dead going up 5 games. So I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch him here. But can he be usurped is the question. All right. Okay, I rehost King. All right, guys, it's time. 60 Rubric Marines probably wouldn't be that good. Yeah, to be honest there. All right, King of the Dead. Grimgor tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. What map do we want to do? What maps shall we play this day? All right, your pick and ban. So let's see what King picks. He's probably going to ban my Vampire Coast, I would imagine, because he knows it's my best faction. Oh my goodness. No, King is not in the ECL finals, actually. He was eliminated in his series. He had a really good opponent, for sure. No, Falcon, I don't think is played today. Let me check the Discord. I'm up next. So it's me, and then it's Black Phillip, and then A-Move Hacker again. So then we come full circle. He goes Tomb Kings, and he bans... Oh, he banned my Empire! Dude! I really wanted to play with the frickin' the Hellstorm rocket battery. How dare he, dude? How dare he? So, okay, well, if I can't play Empire... He's gonna be Tomb Kings, huh? We'll go Coast. Screw it. I mean, at least we're gonna get some firepower here. At least we're gonna get some firepower. Oh my god. What do I want to bring here? We got options. Go with the old boy Luther. Do we want to? I should probably get a screen blocker. Just in case he accidentally opens the stream. Because it's easy to do that if you just want to open the stream and stuff. Alright, let's get the... Cool. You guys want the rats? Rats versus Tomb Kings is hard though, because then they just spam mass. Dawi? Okay, fine. We'll do dwarves. No, hold on. We'll do dwarves. All right, so we're doing Dawi. The Dawi. And my years as High King. No, we're doing dwarves. I mean, I would have the best chance with Tomb Kings, but we'll do the Dawi. I know you guys want it. I couldn't resist. I could not resist, my friends. You're not allowed to ban Empire. Oh my god. I'm switching to dwarves. I may regret it, but we'll find out. Satisfy the grudge. Grudges will be satisfied, potentially. We're gonna find out. I have a pretty cool lore choice, too. You guys are gonna like the way it looks. I can assure you of that. Alright, that army is looking okay. It's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about it. The Damas Crone. Oh, I don't care. I know King. I just don't want him to accidentally see my army if he opens the stream for a second. Like, he wouldn't troll me like that. Range far, range fast. Alright, so that's looking okay. That's looking okay. Oh man, this build's interesting. The flame cannon isn't very good because it the thing about the flame cannon is it's gonna only be good against Tomb King's infantry, which isn't a problem for the dwarves typically. It's usually the chariots and the mobility and like the big monsters and all that stuff. So I really want to try this unit. Yeah, screw it. We'll try this. I'm trying it. I'm trying something very fun. Oh man, but getting that would probably be better. Yeah, we'll get you. We don't need that. Don't need that. All right, perfect. That gives me a little bit more to work with here. Satisfy the grudge. Oh, Falcon's here. Sweet. Yeah, so this is my first game of the stream. Hopefully, I kind of hope he beats me just so I don't have to play more games because my hands hurt. But oh man, yeah, we'll see. I'll check the Discord. I gotta turn off the screen blocker here. Okay. All right, so hold on, guys. So Falcon is entered. He's going to be after. So after me, it's Black Phillip, and then after that, it's Falcon. We'll make sure to get him in, even if the stream has to go a little bit longer. So guys, the one thing I brought that's relatively unorthodox is I brought the organ gun, which I normally probably wouldn't, but you know what? We gotta be a hero of the people. Dwarf warriors do the job in the front line. King Belagar's decent because he's like cheap and tanky. Plus he's like thematic, so it's pretty good there. Well, I mean, dwarves. What's the build that Spartacus uses that you're asking about? I mean, did he come up with it, or is it like a tournament build or something? I'm trying to think about what it might be. We have the Slayers in the back, kind of defending shop. We'll see where he's going to set up. Put the miners out in like a bit of a vanguard just to kind of feel things out. Boom, boom. Miners are good. We got you. Then we have some dwarf warriors in reserve who, again, are going to be on the wings. So we have to really protect all the goodies. And you are going to be on dedicated cannon duty. Cool. The King of Eight Peaks is here. He is. Alright. The clang sound intensifies. Oh, that's so epic. Let's actually put it right here. Good luck, good luck. It's the King of the Dead. He's probably ready. He's probably just waiting for me. We'll turn off fire at will on these guys. Cool. They have wronged us. The thing about my build is even if he stream snipes me, it doesn't really matter too much. Because it's like, I'm just kind of static here. So King loves to Vanguard deploy. Sneaky shit. So you can see back here there's some skeleton horsemen. Who are, oh no. Did not mean to do that. Have my whole army attack there. Cool. So this is good. Conan, watch his best in life. Organ guns are gonna... I just have to make sure to protect my organ guns and whatnot. See where he's coming? Sneaky, sneaky king. So the organ guns can just start shooting at the... we'll just set him up to shoot at those other guys there. Alright, Thunders need to scoot up a little bit. Scoot you guys up. Get the Slayers kind of going up to kind of protect those guys as well. These guns need to go over here, and these Thunders can go here, here, and we'll get you guys there. Great. Alright, so just got to be aware of the backline pressure coming in. Chariots are obviously really, really good targets for organ guns, I think. So we're going to be trying to get some pot shots over there. And yeah, we get some good damage. That's good. Great. So shooting here. Slayers, miners protecting, you guys protecting. So everything's good so far. We'll get you guys kind of coming in to shoot that War Sphinx right there. And we have a massive Ushopti onslaught as well. So let's actually just pull these guys back. Alright, so the organ guns are doing some good work there. He's trying to get in. I don't know how that got screwed up there, but it's okay. So guns, shoot. Shoot. You guys need to shoot this guy if you can. If you don't mind turning about face there. Pull some Slayers up there. These guns are going to start shooting at the... let's actually just pull them back a little bit, get the Slayers ready to go. Great, so guns are going off in most faces here. We have the Chariot Master himself dropping some fat summons back there, which is pretty good. Organ guns need to just kind of keep shooting if we can. Let's get some Dwarf Warriors kind of screening up there. Guns and guns. Let's get you guys shooting into those guys if we can. Pull you guys in here. Get these Slayers back here. Pull these guns up. We should be able to kind of get away from that position. Cool, cool. Let's pull these Slayers in here to kind of collapse into the Skeleton Horsemen, which is going to be A-okay. And these Giant Slayers can pull into these Chariots. So organ guns are doing okay. We'll start shooting at the Sphinx if we can. Slayers are able to trap up a lot of the Horsemen there, which is quite good. Get you guys going here. You guys can go here, here, and here. So the guns can shoot into the Ushopti. Let's pull these guys back as well. Pull in the reserves. Pull back the guns for now. The Giant Slayers are able to kind of clean up shop there. So for some reason our organ gun crew is just getting destroyed by that summon, which is pretty crazy. We need to pull more Slayers over this direction probably. Okay, start shooting in here. Let's get the Slayers kind of pushing up. Get you guys in reserve to kind of defend. It's all about kind of maintaining that defensive positioning. Although our guns are a little bit compromised for sure, so we need to pull some of them back. And we gotta deal with these big Sphinxes here. Get those guys going down there. Those guys going down there. Get these guys in the chariot here. Belagar can go after you. Pop the big old oath, stone of oath and punishment, as it should be called. Okay. It's not going too well. The organ gun didn't do what we needed from it, that's for sure. Pull you guys back here. Get you guys going here. And the Slayers and company can keep doing their thing there. I mean, our guys are holding relatively well in the front line. We do have the Dragonback Slayers here, which is good, and Giant Slayers actually pincering in on this formation here. And can we get these chariots down? Great, so we actually have the organ gun crew back. If we can get those guys back, that's going to be really nice. And we have two guns that are in somewhat decent shape. Okay, so can we get you? Let's just kind of keep punishing Arkin here if we can. That would be really strong. Dawi guns can pull back here. Let's get you guys into melee combat. Get you guys pulling in here. And chariots are still in good shape too, though. I mean, we're getting a couple decent picks, but yeah, I just think the organ gun pick is too haggard. Even with like catching Ark in the black like this, it's not going to be enough. So Dragonback Slayers can come and intercept these horsemen here. Yeah. Alright, so we got a couple guns over here on the far side that we can kind of pull back in. We still have a shit ton of Slayers, which is quite good. But we do need to stabilize our gun line. That's become a bit of an issue here for us. And he doesn't have too many like pursuing tools down here, so that's really good. And a lot of his mobile elements are starting to get worn down. His Lord's low too. The Ushopti are going to be a problem. pull these Slayers back. Have you guys kind of just keep fighting in there in the center pocket. And how are the guns doing? Yeah, maybe just kind of collapse in here. See if Belagar can get on his main character there. We have some guns. Let's go ahead and get those guys shooting at the chariots here. Ushapti summoned in the back. Oh, I thought he had used that already. Ah, those damn organ guns just didn't do shit. And a dwarf cannon probably would have been better, honestly. Alright, so let's get this. Shoot those guys if we can. Bring those guys in. Giant Slayers can kind of keep attacking the Cimmerian War Sphinx. Belagar and company. Yeah, we don't want Slayers fighting skeletons. It's obviously a pretty atrocious engagement for us. Get you guys going. Belagar can keep going here. Pop the Oathstone. And you guys can get back on the, yeah, shoot the Sphinx if we can. It's going to be good. Yeah, that's probably game. He did really good. No, yeah, he did good this game for sure. His build was very, it was like a very classic threat saturation build, but honestly, I'm just not that great at dwarves right now. Like, my dwarf skill isn't enough to handle a really good Tomb King player. Although we tried. Belagar, hold! Pop the Oathstone. We have some Slayers, maybe over here, who can... The organ gun got taken out pretty hard by that summon as well. GG. Well played. So guys, I have to host the lobby now. Oh, guys, don't click those links. That is a dangerous game. And David Knoppers, thank you for sponsoring the channel. I did miss that earlier. Oh my god, don't click that. His build was really good. It was just a ton of pressure. And even though I had a fair amount of gunfire, it was like I didn't have enough mass to stop what I really wanted to stop. He did really good. He's definitely on point today. I would have had to play Vampire Coast to contend with his Tomb Kings. Yeah, we'll concede here. We did some okay. We almost trapped Arkin a couple times, but yeah, that summon on top of the organ gun was really good. Just like shutting that thing down, it was very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Mark it in the book, boys. GG. I will rehost as spectator. All right. Kind of like warmed up my hands too. GG indeed. Yeah, I'd have to play one of my better factions to contend with his Tomb Kings. He's pretty on point right now, it looks like. Cool. Don't click the link. Don't do it. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing. I didn't have too many assets to protect the organ going. I mean, I had Slayers and stuff, but if you could just drop summons on top of it, and the summons actually killed the crew, even though I had guys defending it. All right, so I got King of the Dead in here, so let's update him. So I believe we have Black Phillip up next. I wanted to go Empire with Hellstorms for you guys, but it wasn't meant to be. So we got Phillip and then Felcon. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, yes. On the Storm Demon. Well, who's going to be the one to unseat the king today? He is clearly playing very well. He means business. Heresy is fun. Damn, we got 944 people here. Jeez, that's a fat stream. Looks like a lot of people looking for something to do on 4th of July. And yeah, this format's pretty good too, because you can play your strong races over and over again. But Vampire Coast versus Tomb Kings is a good matchup for Coast, I think. I think Coast, like Depth Guard plus Cannons and all that, have a really, really strong matchup there. Plus, like, cheap Halberds. It's pretty cost effective. Oh! Sorry, guys, my dwarves just couldn't cut it. Thunderstruck. Yeah, David Knoppers, thanks for sponsoring during the game. My apologies for missing that, man. Welcome. Welcome to the family. Welcome. Here comes Phillip. King of the Dead is running shop today. He is. I played him like a couple weeks ago, and yeah, he's been getting back into it. King of the Dead is Felcon. Well, Felcon's playing him next. Felcon's coming to defend his strap. So Felcon was the champ of the last King of the Hill. Magnum Knights, thank you for the donation, man. Philip's ready. He's just like, give me this. I'm coming. And I said no mercy. We want to see the strong goodness. Slim Jesus says his cat's watching. That's good. Everyone say hello to the cat of Slim Jesus. Thomas, no. I believe Philip has played in an ECL. I don't know if he played in the first season, I think. I think he played in this season. Yeah. No, this is live. No, Falcon is not King of the Dead. Falcon's up next. We'll find out. King of the Dead has most certainly won today's stream, but we're going to find out who is... Let's see if the king can be unseated here. So, man, I kind of wish I had gone... Yeah, next year for 4th of July, we'll do the hot dog stream where I'll play quick battles, and every quick battle I lose, I'm just going to eat a hot dog. Oh, God. I'll probably get so sick. Especially if, like, you know, people that you can usually do well against me queue up. Vexter says, 32 bases and base 23 minis. My arm hurts. You know, my arms never hurt. It's always just my wrist. It's like the underbelly of my wrist there. Bring him down, bring him down. So Ezekiel says, do you think 40k Vanilla Chaos, excluding Alpha Legion, are still a little haggard? Yes. They are, but there's a couple good units in Vanilla Chaos Space Marines, namely the Lord Discordant. He's really good. Yeah. Like, you could make a decent Black Legion list. Like with Abaddon, Obliterators, a ton of Cultists, and like Lord Discordants, and just like Aggression. King is my Belgian wife, says Wicked D. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. He's certainly on point today. He's playing really well. The hot dog stream would be punishing, for sure. All right, guys. For King of the Dead, we have Lady Karstein up in the sky. So, you know, you guys made fun of Isabella, and he brings it. So not only has he won with Helman Gorst today, but he's also has Lady Karstein. Man, crazy stuff. Front line for his army is going to be Skeleton Warriors. He does also have Hex Wraiths. What the hell is this? In the back, he's got... Why didn't he bring this army against my dwarves? God damn it. Then he has Skeleton Warriors in the back. Graveguard with Great Opens mixed in with the Stearnsmen. Pretty standard stuff. Brings good AP against Dark Elves, and yeah, it's good. Durability, can't complain. So the double Banshees. Those guys are going to be able to get healed by the Blood Chalice. So Lady Karstein does have an item called the Blood Chalice of Athori, which does heal units, or only heroes, I believe. Lords or heroes. So it's going to be able to heal the Banshees for free. 2 Direwolves in the back, 2 Cryptors, and that is it. So a very strange army for King. And, oh, big Vanguard coming in. Hexwraiths and Dogs are just waiting for that booty back there. That is awesome. Now, front line's going to be Dread Spears and Bleak Swords for Black Phillip. The Blades of the Blood Queen. He does also have a Canate Assassin with the Web of Shadows for a little bit of AoE damage and AoE slow. 3 groups of Blackheart Corsairs with Handbows. 2 groups of the Blackguard and Nagarond. And also the Sisters of Singing Doom to not terror out things, obviously, but they're going to be able to rampage and pin down targets, which is nice. Up in the sky, he has Marathi. Marathi's a great pick. She's going to be able to... Oh, we have a fight up in the skies. Marathi versus Lady Karstein. Spirit of the Gorg says, so in your league, 40k special characters allowed when I play international tournaments? Oh, no, that's nonsense. Yeah, special characters are always allowed. Yes, 100%. Helman Gorst is not a good character, no. He's usually quite weak, but good players can make him work, obviously, but... Spartacus is usually pretty busy. It's hard to find time, or it's hard for him to find time to hang out, so I don't know if you would be down for that. And another donation from Pavel there. What about series you've been making with Sotek? I'll probably get back to that someday. Yeah, honestly, I was just focusing on trying to get more videos out of my own. But yeah, I'll get back to doing those with Sotek. And the reason we I kind of stopped off is because like I was just spending we used to record them at night, but then like Lady Turin and I started doing stuff every night, like playing Scrabble and chess and things like that. So I kind of got caught up with that. And Svante, being the 4th is due to time. Thanks for the entertainment thus far. Please keep it up. I will, man. Thank you for the 100 SEK, man. That's like $30. Damn, dude. Thank you. It's really generous. I am going to record 40k tabletop games. I am. It's going to happen. Although my quality won't be like super good, but, you know, because I have a Haggard handheld camera, but we'll see. So the vampires are moving forward. Lady Karstein's certainly looking for blood. And we're going to see what happens here. King of the Dead does not serve, he rules. Well, today he does rule so far. King of the Dead is on a man on a mission. His micro is on point. His decision-making is good. And, yeah, we're going to see what happens there. So the vampires are moving forward, as are the Dark Elves. Is Black Phillip going to be the first to unseat the King of the Dead? If so, Falcon will be playing Black Phillip to wrap up our stream. And yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that, Some Jesus. Yeah, I don't know about their relationship. Dark Elf forces are advancing here. Corsair handbows are going to be really good against the Cryptors here. A little bit of a hilly terrain here in the center. Nothing to write home about. Front line is going to be Bleak Swords versus Skeletons, which will be a favored matchup for the Dark Elf infantry. Skeletons are pretty laser units. But I mean, they can hold and, you know, put a little bit of hurt on them. It'll at least put a dent. But the Blackheart Corsairs with handbows are going to be shooting at the Cryptors. And we're going to see how that goes. Blades of the Blood Queen being held in reserve. Dread Spears being sent in. I'm trying to see where, like, the punch of King's army is. I guess it's the Hex Wraiths in the back. Also, something else to mention about Black Phillip's army. He does have 2 Black Guard, which are going to be very tough to pound down. The Blades of the Blood Queen, probably honestly getting them on some Graveguard or having them mulch the Sternsmen will be quite good. In the main fight, the Banshee has engaged. The Corsair handbows are shooting into the Cryptors in the back, trying to get that freebie. And Marathi and Lady Karstein are just having just the fight of fights up in the sky. It looks like Master of Beguilement is popped on Marathi, but she just turns and runs and that gets popped. A very nice hammering charge coming in. The Hex Wraiths actually get a rear charge into the Dread Spears and break them, so beautiful play right there. And the Blackguard are coming in, but the Blackguard aren't going to be able to catch these guys. Soul Stealer going down in Hex Wraiths, which is good, getting some magic damage, and it looks like the other Blackguard are going to be surging forward to kind of protect the flank from these Dire Pack and Dire Wolves. Now in the main fight, the Corsair handbows are a little bit inundated here. Web of Shadows going down, which does do AoE damage and slow for the Dark Elves. So a lot of these forces are going to be getting hammered by that, but the Dark Elves kind of crumbling in the front line. The Bleak Swords and Dread Spears having a bit of a rough time, and it seems like a really hard situation to keep the Blackguard up with the Cav units. Now, I think the Sisters of Singing Doom should probably be back here just waiting to intercept some high-value units, but the fight's underway. It's very, very grindy. Are the Dark Elves going to be the first ones to unseat the King? Cryptors are going to be getting Invocation of Nehek. Double Banshee. Oh, this is not good. Marathi's actually caught out of her element. Lady Karstein and the Double Banshees are... is that Marathi right there? This could actually lose Black Phillip the game. If Marathi is kind of getting beaten on by the Double Banshees and Lady Karstein, that could be game blouses right there. But it looks like she's going to get away, which is quite huge, which means she's going to be able to get Soul Stealers and net more value. Up on the high ground, the Cryptors and Skeletons and the front line of these vampires are starting to crumble. Blackguard and the Blades of the Blood Queen doing very good, and suddenly it looks like... I don't know how King of the Dead is going to deal with the Blades of the Blood Queen and all these Blackguard. That is a lot of meat to get through. Granted, up in the skies, this could do it right here. If Marathi loses this duel to Lady Karstein, that could be huge, but she actually gets a big Soul Stealer on the Banshees, so the Soul Stealer is going to heal her up quite a bit, and Lady Karstein started to take a lot of damage, so she has to run out of that duel. Yeah, the map is a little bit obscuring for sure, but it looks really cool. I mean, there's like fallout and ash falling everywhere. It's very, very neat. So Lady Karstein going to be looking for some more opportunities. The Double Banshees probably just need to start working on the Blades of the Blood Queen just to polish them off. And it looks like he's going to be dropping some fire here. You can see a big old charge coming in from the Hex Race. Beautiful stuff into those Blackguard right there. The Blackguard, of course, have anti-large, but they don't have magic damage, so the race will last for quite some time. Marathi thinking about it. She's like flying overhead. She's going to just be providing her debuff. So even if Marathi is sitting over on top of a target, she does have an AoE radius that lowers melee attack. Enchanting Beauty and the Dark Sword, or the Dark Sword in the Darkness, or some sort of weapon, I forget what it's called, but it does lower the combined melee attack by like 15 or 16, or maybe 18. It's 9 and 9, I think. So yeah, even if she just sits above a target, it is going to be lowering it. So she's going to go for the Banshees right now. Banshees are trying to chase the Blades of the Blood Queen, which is a good choice, because the Vampire Count Infantry are getting crumped on pretty much every front. So today, guys, it looks like Black Phillip may be the first to unseat these Fallen Dead. And you can see the Cryptors here are going to be pulling back as well. Skeleton Warriors and Graveguard fighting pretty well. Dread Spears and Corsairs are getting worn down. And a nice summon right there from Lady Karstein is going to get dropped. But alas, is she going to have enough? She still has a Winds of Death, which could be pertinent here. And you can see there's going to be another Soul Stealer, number 3. So Marathi's probably pretty close to her healing cap at this point. Yeah, you can see she's like back up to full health. And the Banshees are just getting shreked. The Banshees, of course, take magic damage from the Soul Stealer effects. And it looks like the Dark Elves are going to win this one. The very elite army, I think, may have caught him off guard. I mean, the Blackguard plus the Blades of the Blood Queen, it's a lot of meat to push through, for sure. And, you know, King had, I guess he had a couple great weapons and whatnot in the Banshees, but he just did not have enough to push through the Blades of the Blood Queen, plus the Blackguard. Man. Black Phillip, if we lose, we'll take you out. What? What's going on here? Oh my god. So, I don't think, yeah, everything's kind of crumbling here on the ground. The Banshees don't have the best leadership, and they're surrounded by elite infantry, plus these Sisters of Singing Doom are rampaging everything. So this entire bottom core here is just going to be trash can. Black Phillip is going to be the usurper today, guys. And then he has to face the Dark Lord himself, Falcon, in our final game of the stream here. Maybe we'll go for like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think we could do that. We can go an extra half hour or so. We will see. Although, no, I should probably just do one more. I gotta take care of some stuff around the house. Right here, Marathi's gonna swoop back down, attacking Lady Karstein. Of course, Lady Karstein is an okay duelist, but, you know, Marathi will lower your stats, plus she has anti-large and armor piercing, so she's just a vastly superior combatant. A nice Soul Stealer right there. Army Losses is going to be slapping in for King of the Dead. And there you have it, guys. King of the Dead has finally fallen. But again, guys, remember, he was probably memeing quite hard with Lady Karstein double Banshee, so you got to give the guy mad respect for doing so well, you know, with a couple meme builds. I mean, he won with Helm and Gorst earlier, which is quite an accomplishment. All right. So, Lady Karstein shall fall by the blade of Marathi, the Dark Elf Sorceress. It's going to be slapping her up pretty good here. King of the Dead was afraid of Falcon, is what the chat's saying. Oh, I don't know. All right, guys. So now we have, for our last game of the day, we're going to get Falcon facing off against... So King is still the current leader, but now our current gentleman is going to be... we'll just put BP for short. Let me adjust this so it doesn't look wretched. King is still the current leader. But now we have the Dark King himself, Falcon, coming in. So let's get Falcon in here. We're going to be on the... Moonbow is not a great map. Toothgrass Hill. I can't remember quite what that one's like. I think it's okay. We'll do that one. All right, Falcon, you're up. Let me find him. Unless he's hiding offline. Where art thou, my friend? It's been a good day, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We're coming up to our 2-hour mark. I normally would do longer streams, but 2 hours. After 2 hours, my hands start to hurt quite a bit, so I usually have to stop around then. And I also did play a game, so that was stupid, but... Oh, Falcon found his own way in. He says, XMT, Pipes is my daddy. I believe this is Falcon. We'll double check just to confirm. It is. It is Falcon. So we have Falcon versus Black Phillip here. Fooling us. King can finally rest. I'm sure he's tired after playing all those games. Nerf Gorst. I know, King of the Dead made Gorst look like an absolute champion. So Phil, pick and ban. So is Black Phillip going to be the usurper today? He was able to take out King, but obviously King was using Lady Karstein. But is he going to be able to take on Falcon's? Falcon coming out of the gates pretty strong, it looks like. We're going to see what he bans. He does, of course, have the pick and ban, being the standing king. Painting on a Bahaman beach and Turin stream. Life is good. Damn, Aiden. That's quite a situation. Quite a situation there, man. Well, we're going to see. No worries, Zardar. Oh, they decided. It's Lizardmen versus Elves. Okay. Yeah, I think these two fine gentlemen are in Discord together, so. We're going to be on Toothgrass Hill. I hope this isn't the one I'm thinking of that has like a massive hill favoring one faction. If it is, then I'm sorry. Likes for the like god. Yeah, drop a like, guys. It does help. Yeah, King, you've won, but you've won the stream for sure. Nobody's going to catch you because this is the last game, so. Yeah, it's the last game for today. You did a great job, King. A true hero, man. All right, so the players getting everything ready. I will ready up as well, so they don't have to wait on my accord. Falcon is going to be playing a sub-faction, so he is playing Tehenwin sub-faction. So there could be some shenanigans afoot. We got to see Grimgore today. We got to see Gorst. We see Lady Karstein, just all these forgotten, abandoned creatures. We may also just about have... Okay, let's see. People are sending in their availability dates. All right, and the battle's underway, guys. Falcon's handle is XMT. Pipes is my daddy. So Pipes is the leader of, I think, the clan leader of XMT clan. So, yes. Hey, don't worry. The stream will be updated later. And there was a ton of really interesting games. You guys get to see some cool builds for sure that you normally wouldn't see in like a very competitive format. So, Andre, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Just in time. Hey, Mamba King. Hope your hands are feeling better, man. I saw your Twitter post. That is a pain in the butt. I don't have nerve damage. My situation's a little different, but man, it is wretched. I know. Just kidding, but it's funny. I know, just kidding. But yeah, there is a hill, but this one's okay. I was thinking of a different map. Hey, thank you, Slim Jesus. In Austria, yeah. And here we go. So, guys, for the last game of the stream, Falcon's going to be coming in and potentially taking the throne. Of course, he won't be able to catch King of the Dead since this is going to be the last game for today. But it's super hot in Italy. Yeah, it's hot here too, man. I'm sweating like the Dickens here. My dogs are just like passed out behind me. They're just like, screw this shit. This sucks. You know. But yeah, let's take a look. So, for the forces of the High Elves, let's look at them first. The front line is going to be Spears. Secondary line is going to be Swordmasters of Hoeth. Now, normally they're, kind of a expectant pick against like Temple Guard and troops like that, but against like Skinks, they will be able to buzzsaw them, but you always need a little bit more mass against these guys. And he does have the Fireborn in the back with Alariel the Radiant, so he does have some heals, Lothern Seaguard, and Sisters, but again, mass could be an issue for this army, not having enough mass to stop the onslaught of dinosaurs. So for Falcon, he's got a front line, which is going to be Red Crested Skinks, so very chaff-centric army. Obviously, the High Elves will be able to kind of hold back this tide there, but the other elements of the army, it's just kind of a numbers game. He has a Heaven's Caster, which is going to, with Falcon's control, easily do super good against Swordmasters as well as Sisters, which is going to be hard. And he's coming in, Falcon, just with his Ark of Sotek. Oh my god, he loves this thing. He sent me a replay that was really good a couple weeks back with this guy, and the Ark of Sotek is not a good unit. Let's just get that off the table, but with his control, I'm sure it'll be as good as it can be. He does also have Tehennowin up on, Tehennowin up on the Engine of the Gods. So we're going to be seeing some ion cannons being called down from the heavens by Tehennowin, and we do also have an Ancient Salamander and a couple groups of skink cohorts of javelins. Oh my god. This is wild. Hi Joey75, chapter approved is like a patch. So when they like do a balance patch or an update patch for a video game, chapter approved is the equivalent of that for 40k. Mass is very important, Dimmy. It is, especially against players like King who love using chariots and stuff. To play 40k, you need to get the basic rulebook and then get the codex for the army you'd like to play. Hopefully that answers your questions, my friend. So the High Elves are going to be surging up the hill. Both players, of course, going for the high ground rather quickly here. And man, Engine of the Gods plus Ark of Sotek. The one pick I'm a little bit on the fence about is the Swordmasters. Granted, if Falcon did come in with like a Temple Guard build, they would be really, really good. So perhaps some mind games there. Oh, the Salamander. Good old Sally getting a nice blast into those Swordmasters. Quite good. Little annoying Skinks are going to be getting around the edge of the formation. And you don't want to commit Fireborn to riding down Skinks. Like, you need to keep your Fireborn to deal with some of the big monsters here. So it's a little bit of a pickle he's in. Now, the first volleys are going to be going into Tehennowin from the Sisters and the Lothern Seaguard. They're going to be squaring up, but Tehennowin does not care. Oh, baby. The Engine of the Gods, and I don't think that he sees this. Oh, my God. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Oh, God. They just got eviscerated. Those Sisters just got deleted from the game. Oh, my God. Falcon, what a champ. Holy shit. The Sisters got deleted. The other Wind Blast missed, but I'm sure all of a sudden Philip's like, where are my Sisters of Avalon? What happened to those guys? Oh, my God. So the Skinks in the front line are, of course, being held back by the Spears. Spears are going to be quite good there. Swordmasters have engaged against the Ark of Sotek, who has dropped his sneaky snakes. So the snakes are going to start feasting on a couple of these Swordmasters, but it looks like Black Phillip is going to be pulling back, avoiding most of that. Teclis is still, or Alariel is still in good shape. There are some Sisters here that are okay. In the back, the Pak Hopak cohort was actually in Vanguard, so I missed those. And yeah, they're getting in there. They're going to be sneaking in. I just don't think that Philip's going to have the stopping power to kill these big dinos. Although, I don't know. Yeah, there's Skinks everywhere, Pak Hopak cohort. And if the Fireborn can actually kill these guys right here, that would actually be quite good. So Star of Avalon's going to be going down, healing up the Sisters, as well as the Fireborn if they can get into that radius. Doesn't look like they're being healed right now. And in the meantime, Tehennowin is just going to be kind of healing up the front line here. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Swordmasters will get shreked pretty bad by such monsters. A nice Wind Blast going down right there, although it doesn't do that much damage, so a little bit of a lackluster one. But in the meantime, the skink cohorts with javelins are swarming. In the back, we have the Pot cohort fighting the Fireborn with the help of the Bastillodon with the Ark of Sotek. And it looks like there's also some basic Cold One Spear Riders back there hanging out as well. So the back line is starting to get in a little bit of trouble. Elves are having some leadership issues. These guys are broken. The Sisters of Avalon, despite being like full health, are actually wavering. I'm not sure why. Why are they wavering? So I guess they're like poison and stuff. But yeah, now they're shaking. Now they're stabilizing. So the Skinks are in really good Overwatch position, just kind of sitting in there with their darts and whatnot and doing their thing. The Heil front line is actually holding relatively well. The Swordmaster's doing good, obviously, but the Red Crested Skinks have enough AP to kind of punch them a little bit, so they might eventually get worn down. The Ancient Salamander is going to be fighting some spears, but I'm sure Falcon will be pulling it back to re-engage here. And this is like the Nightmare situation, where you have Tehenowin still like relatively healthy in the late game, and the Dragon Princes are very, very beat up, maybe to the point of not being able to deal with it. And you can see the Fireborn are fighting Cold One Spear Riders, who are buffed by Harmonic Convergence, so that's going to be a tough situation for them. And I feel like I have to sit a little bit higher up, just in case we see another Ion Cannon coming down from Tehenowin, but where would he drop it? Probably on the Swordmasters, I would imagine, but yeah, man, you got to watch out for that Ion Cannon. I've tried to do it against Falcon many times, but he's always paying attention. Like, I think he plays from pretty high overhead, so he always sees it coming. Yeah, it's pretty nasty for sure. Ark of Sotek is going to be tanking here. Could drop some sneaky snakes. Has 21 kills, which isn't bad, and we're going to see if there's going to be some snakes launched out of it in this moment here. Cold One Spear Riders, just going to probably be cycle charging. Sisters of Avalon are able to get a basic stabilization here, so that's not bad. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it's going to hit the spears and potentially hit all these guys. So here it comes. Oh, round 2. Just melting those High Elves. Oh, just smited. Just fully smited. Oh, God, look at that brutality. I'm pretty proud of myself for catching both of those. Those Spearmen just got deleted from the game, which now means that these little skinks are going to be able to swarm on the Sisters. Oh, man, the value from that is pretty wild. Swordmasters of Hoth, they're pushing in here. These guys going to be coming for the skinks, but they're just going to get kited into the Shadow Realm and eventually worn down here. The Ark of Sotek's going to be able to get probably into the Sisters here. You can see it's just going to be bro charging through here. Probably going to be dropping those sneaky snakes here. Let's see if he's going to pop it. You can see it's kind of wagging its tail a little bit. It looks like he wants to drop something. Same thing Wookiee does when he's going to drop something for me. Sneaky snakes have not been popped yet. Alariel is going to be surging in to kind of duel. Tehenowin's a little bit beat up. He's at about 40%, but the Fireborn are able to get a wrap on the Salamander, which isn't good for Falcon. That is a really good situation. However, Falcon responds very quickly with Cold One Spear Riders, who are now juiced to the gills. 53-53 in their combat stats from the Harmonic Convergence. They're easily going to be able to finish off the remnants of these Fireborn. They're now actually a better unit because of that buff from Harmonic Convergence. Pot cohort, in the meantime, is going to be just pulling back, just kind of defending here. Up on the high ground, we do have Tehenowin, who's going to be holding down this formation. Yeah, Control-Delete for sure. Yeah, and you can see a fat heal coming down. Going to be healing up the Swordmasters. Really good cast. Black Phillip's doing a great job too, guys. Let's give him a round of applause. But those Ion Cannons really just doing a number. Tehenowin's going to be jumping over onto the Sisters. Have to shut those guys down. Those are like one of the few things that can still challenge Falcon's army. And if we look here, the Bastillodon with the Ark of Sotek is fighting the good fight here. It's fighting the good fight. But is it going to do it? We will find out this day. Doesn't look like it. High Elf Force is starting to crumble apart. You can see the bounce power ebbing into the favor of these minions and disciples of Tehenowin here. Oh, Gary coming in with a ram, just giving the ram jam all over Alariel the Radiant. She is just going to be sent to another dimension right now by his tusk, or his horn. And that is something. That is something. Oh my god. The Engine of the Gods, 152 kills on Tehenowin. That was something, guys. So, Falcon takes over the throne to end the stream. But King of the Dead, of course, won 6 games. He was here early and was able to win all those. Definitely quite the accomplishment. I got to rethink the format, too, because, yeah, it's like, if it's not going around and around, I feel like true King of the Hills have to be a couple out, like 3-4 hours long. So maybe I'll think of something else, but it's still super fun to just watch the games. But yeah, well played. Well played. King of the Dead is indeed the King of the Hill. He wins today with a convincing 6 victories in a row. We're done for today. Thank you for that epic ending. Thank you for that epic. Falcon, thank you so much for joining and providing us with that great game. And congratulations to King of the Dead, the champion of today's 4th of July stream. He's coming in and just doing a great job. And we're going to go back to the desk real quick here. Oh, man. That was something, wasn't it, guys? Quite a fun day, I must admit. And, no, I got to rest the paws, guys. They're starting to get a little bit sore. So, guys, let's go through some of the donations, and I'll grab Wookiee at the end to say goodbye. Magnum Knights with the 2. Svante with the 100 SEK. Pavel with the 10 Zlatus. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Dziękuję. Magnum Knights with the 5. And then we have a ton of sponsors. David Nopers, Dennis Olofsson, Aster with the 2, Spirit of Gorg, Snuffleupagus with a sponsorship as well, Raw Cauliflower, Matthew Giannotti, My Doodad, Spirit of Gorg again, and Steel Bear with the 200 rubles, I believe. Oh, my engine is fully armed. So go forth, guys. Go forth and prosper. Enjoy the day off for those of you guys in America. For those of you guys in Europe, I guess it's nighttime, so it doesn't really matter. You guys are already off work, hopefully. It's a nice backdrop. It's quite thematic. Oh, Wookie, I'm sorry. Oh, we'll get Wookie to say goodbye and say happy 4th to you guys. Oh, here he comes. Wookie says chest. Oh my God, he's green screening. He's like, I don't feel Mr. Oh, Wookie, you okay? He almost threw up a fur ball on me. Yeah, maybe he's not liking the heat, but he's our little old man. Oh, you okay, buddy? Yeah. He's been doing that lately. I don't know if he's having allergies to something, but poor little pooch. Aw, buddy. Well, guys, happy 4th of July from the Turin family, from my lovely wife, myself, and our warhounds here. They say happy 4th. Wookie, let's put you back down. And, oh... Yeah, that's him. He's had a little, like, allergies. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the heat, too. He is an Urgle spawn, for sure. That is an understatement of the century. And so, guys, thank you so much for joining on this 4th of July stream. I'm going to go just sweat and lay down and just be miserable, I'm sure. And, and that's it, guys. Yeah, the Skaven appears. Yeah, he's kind of like a Nurgle Skaven thing. Lady Turin will be back probably middle or end of July. Yeah, I would imagine. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. You guys are awesome. Big congratulations to our champion for today, King of the Dead, for a massive sweep in the beginning. Beautiful play from him. And also, guys, yeah, thanks to everyone who played. It was awesome. And we got to see that badass ion cannon play from Falcon at the end. What a treat this stream was. What a treat. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, and cheers.